Hi, everybody. How's it going? Don't mind me. I'm just building a clan right here.
Nice. Getting prepped for fourth.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell, I'm getting prepped for third still. I got one, maybe two big cheesies I'm going to run with these bad boys before that book comes out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can they hear us? Is the big
All
question.
right. If I can get this one piece on, though. I hope they hear us. That's why I use this inane prattle. Unless they're really just that interested in me.
Maybe.
I doubt it, though. There we go. Why did they didn't just build a clan rat with the helmet piece on already? I don't know.
Adding helmets to rats is cool.
You only added to the one rat to distinguish the champion.
All right, Eli, what are we doing here? What's going on?
All right, well, you're here today watching the Weird Cast. I'm Eli. That's Jeff. We're here to review some lists for the upcoming Smash and Bash Grand Tournament happening at your local Dragon's Lair in Austin, Texas. What Grand Alliances do we have on the docket tonight, Jeff?
Tonight we got the two best ones. Honestly,
Obviously.
we got Chaos and we got Destro for our Destro bros.
Hell yeah, we'd love to see it. The good old narrative Grand Alliance.
Oh yeah.
All right. Obviously, Chaos Best. That's why I'm building rats. Hell yeah, and I'm going to be honest, everybody. I have looked at zero of these lists beforehand. Prep work? Who needs it?
I'll be honest. I have tapped out of third edition since LVO, so
look at that.
I'm going to lean on you hard, Eli, but you know your stuff, so we'll be good.
I know enough.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I did
a little homework on some stuff, and I have Wikipedia up, so we should be fine.
There you go. Pretty sure the only two lists are the ones that have been DM'd to me that I know. So got to get that private connect in there.
Yeah. All right. Should we switch to the list there, Chairgrot?
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and just get started with it. Pretend Chaos Rats, and they're gone. They're right here, Brian.
Starting it off with Slanesh. This is all you, buddy.
Hey, look at that. That one army. No, I just realized I don't have the PDF open on my computer. Hold the phone.
All right. Well,
Jeff, why don't you tell me what's in the list first?
I'll start. We got Nick
There we go.
Running Hedonites of Slanesh. Running out of Godseekers.
There we go.
Grand Shroud of Selfish Desire.
Okay.
Charnup is Inspired. He's got Sigvald. Celestia with Slothful Stupor.
Oh, sweet.
Keeper of Secrets with command trait Hunter Supreme. This one I know is the no power for enemy units. And
we love that.
+1 attacks that they charged. He's got the Shining Aegis. I don't know what that does. I kind of tried
Shining Aegis, I believe, is the weapon choice that you can put on the Keeper that gives him 5.
Okay, gotcha. And then artifacts, he's got the Girdle, the Realm Racer, which is fly 6 inches, and he has the old Corn pile in. So if he's within 6, he can pile in up to 6.
Yeah.
Spells, we got Path of the Dark Prince, cast on a 5, 3d6 charge.
Okay. Yep.
We got a Daemonettes, Seekers, Chaos War Shrine, which will come with the Slanesh Prayer, which is that sweet 3d6 charge.
Yep.
Took heal for the prayer. We got a unit of Slickblade Seekers, a unit of Blissbarb Seekers, Stainless Slanesh, all rolled up into the Battle Regiment, and Joe doesn't read the pack. Okay, cool.
All right, that's cool. This looks. I wonder if this. Nick would have to remind me of the specifics because I don't remember the exact composition of his Lone Star list, but this looks very similar. At least it's Godseekers. It's very aggressive, very alpha. Godseekers is, I believe, the one that gives you the pre-battle round move. It's the same list with Triumphs and Spells Change. That's cool. So this is very aggressive. He's got the Celeste for the half demons, half mortal buffs that I can't remember what the exact buff is, but that's why we've got the Demonettes as kind of battle line. Mortals as the heroes. And we've got a bunch of minus to save abilities all throughout here. This list is really going to hit you hard with the debuffs and then slam into you if you don't take it seriously, you're going to get run over by a keeper and Sigvald.
Yeah, and both of them could be rocking the 3d6 charge too.
They could be rocking the 3d6 charge, which we know boosts Sigvald's number of attacks. Like, you almost just can't get away from this list.
Yeah, no.
If you want to hide somewhere, Nick will find you.
Yeah, this is as a Khorne player, I don't like Slaanesh, but this is kind of a cool list.
It's a really good list. He 4-1 with it at Lone Star. Nick knows how to play Slaanesh really well. Super neat. Starting off on a strong foot, strong list, strong player. Cool. With that 20-point triumph bid.
Yep. And then we go
44-inch move and the slick blade. God.
That's
Nick.
That's crazy. Weren't we just talking about movement wins games?
I was literally saying before the stream starts that the movement phase is still the most important phase in the game.
Yeah.
Nick said, "I want all of it."
Yeah, that'll do it. That's pretty dope.
All right. What's next?
We got Dimitri.
Oh heck yeah!
Also doing Hedonites.
Invaders this time.
Yeah, Invaders with Selfish Desire, running the Triumph. He's got the Inspired Triumph. He's got the Contorted Epitome with Blizzard. Shard Speaker with Hoarfrost. Keeper with the Aegis. Icon of Infinite Excess.
I don't know what that artifact does, because I can tell you I've played against Invaders all of twice.
Yeah, let's see.
For those of you that don't know, the grand strategy is don't summon, which really easy to get off. Kind of sucks if you're in a situation where like having a couple of bodies would help, but a +1 attacks board wide. Board wide? What? All right.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I just got to it. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that seems good. Spell God is Lash of Slaanesh. Cast on a 6, range of 10. Pick one enemy unit within range and invisible. Roll number of dice, equal number of the models in a unit. For each 5-up, subtract 1 from attacks characteristics of that model's melee weapons until your next hero phase. So,
pretty good.
Not a horde breaker, but a horde debuffer, which is kind of interesting.
It's really neat.
And he's got Joe in Sigmar form, the Lord of Hubris.
The Lord of Hubris. That's his name. We should. That's what you know. What that should be his new Discord.
Yeah.
And he hurls obscenities. It's just like Joe. It literally is just Joe.
It's totally Joe. And he's the general, which is cool.
This is great for Battle Line. We've got reinforced Blizzbarb Archers, but that's reinforced once because it says 340 points. We have the reinforced Twin Souls, which are a great screen as long as they get into combat.
Yep.
Fight on death on the melee armor boys. We love it. Thank you, Nick. And a reinforcing of Demonettes. Dimitri's already playing 4th edition, just reinforcing all his units.
Yep. And then he got unit of Blizzbarb Seekers. He's got
still so good.
Yep. And the Mirror, which is always fun.
Love the Mirror. Love Slaanesh Endless spells in general. I think they do a lot of really neat things. The Visage is cool. The Mirror's Temptation, if I believe it. Correct. Not Temptation. Depravity.
Yep. Yeah, and he's doing all the fun stuff. He got the Andorian Acolytes, he's got a Battle Reg, and he's got Wizard Finders.
Acolyte's super good to help get those debuff spells off or get those Demonettes or on those Twin Souls. Twin Souls that can slap is pretty much a Nightmare Ruiner because they're really tanky once they're in combat because they get that ward. Yep. And then also just Blizzard on the Epitome. That is also anti-magic for you because he makes you reroll.
Yeah.
And then Wizard Finders as well on the Twin Souls and the Demonettes. Like, they're just going to mess up support heroes.
Yeah. But the coolest different take. Not as aggressive and punchy, but
it'll do a lot of techie with the hero stuff because I believe Invaders lets you do all the different heroic actions.
Yeah.
So it'll let you get a lot of really interesting stuff going on.
Yeah.
Plus that Keeper is still just going to slap and help make things fight.
Yeah, I don't worry about ever since 2nd edition. I just don't worry about them anymore. It's like they used to do everything and were like ridiculous. They're still good, but like, yeah, they were nuts.
Slaanesh is one of those armies right now that just it needs a good pilot. It's not an easy army to play. Yeah, if you try to just do it without like thinking, you're gonna fold to all like the paper saves that they're made out of.
Yeah.
Slanesh's armor comes from debuffing your army.
Mhm.
And if they can pull all of it off, then you won't be able to touch them because you'll fail all your rolls.
Yeah. The amount of debuffs that army puts on you is nutty.
It can be really nasty if you have ways to get around the debuffs or attack them out of phase, because a lot of it is combat and shooting debuffs. Then you can hurt the army, but if not, army's just going to keep you in spot.
Yep. All right, those are our 2 Slanesh lists. And then we will go to John Dahlgren with Nurgle.
With his Nurgle army, in a way that kind of is not necessarily the way you'd expect a Nurgle army to be played.
Dude, I'll take this one. This army is...
You want to talk about it?
This army is dope. All right, so obviously, Mega Kid of Nurgle, Befounding Host, he's got the extra tree. Blessed Desecration is his grand strat. Essentially, he's going to pick a piece of terrain wholly within enemy territory. He just has to control it at the end of the game. So, leaders, like, this is the craziest hero suite I have ever seen. Like,
you want to know what's wild, though? Before you go on to how crazy the hero suite is? He actually doesn't get the extra tree.
He doesn't get the extra tree?
No.
Why not?
Because you have to have a demon general. There's no demon general on this list.
There is not. Fair, okay. But yeah, so back to the hero suite. Let's just cheat and look at. Let's cheat and look at Battleline first, because there's what 340 points of Battleline.
340 points of Battleline.
Yeah,
because Plague Bearers have gotten really cheap.
Yeah, so let's start. He's got Morbid X Twiceborn.
Mm-hmm.
Runs on he has a 3-up save. He's sort of slappy in combat. He's a little tanky. Of course, they'll have a 5-up ward. In Battle Shock, he does heal half damage. Claws are the big weapon for him. He gets the -2 for 3 damage. He's pretty good. Slaves of Darkness Demon Prince. Really cool include. He does get the ignore wards, right? He'll get the heroic action for that.
He does have that heroic action for ignore wards that is on the war scroll tied to being a Nurgle hero.
Yeah, I hear ignoring wards is kind of good.
It's really good. The best thing about him as well is the fact that he's Arcane Tongue and he's got the wings. So he's a 12-inch movement. John just sticks him in the corner, gets magical dom, and then runs him into combat.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right, then we got Blowab, another big boy. He's got the +1 to cast. If enemies within 14, then they're -1 to cast.
Mm-hmm.
War Scroll spell will be the D3 mortals on a 2+ whenever they take damage in a phase. So if you take damage in the shooting phase, on a 2-up, you're taking extra damage. Take damage in the combat phase, extra damage.
What's Nurgle really good at doing? Making you take 1 damage in half the phases you play.
Yeah, that's super cool. So spells, he's got the Buboes, cast on a 7, -1 to hit, cast, chant, Dispel, and Unbind. I didn't realize there was a debuffing pre-spell, but never got it, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Isn't it really neat?
Yeah.
You can throw it on there, and then he can also... And it does -1 to hit also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can... If he put that on a unit, and then he can also get another -1 to hit from from the shot or whatever it is. He has 2 ways to do -1 to hit from that.
Yeah.
From Blood, if I remember correctly.
Then we got Orgots. He has the +1 to cast. If enemies within 14, -1 to cast. And then any enemies during the combat phase and during the shooting phase within 7 inches, they take a mortal and then a 4-up. And again,
that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay.
And then again, -1 to hit. So he gets it from that. He gets it from the Bobos, which is pretty cool. Then he's got
Orgots also does the free command for every turn.
Yep. Then he's got Glockin, big boy on the 4. He's only on a 4-up, but he's 20 wounds.
You remember when he was over 700 points though?
I do. And he's still sloppy. That tentacle is 3s and 2s, -2 for 3 damage. The Maw is 3 attacks, 3s and 2s, -2 for 3 damage.
Yeah. He still hits.
Yeah, and he does the fun countercharge thing too, which
he does Blightcreek at the end of the movement phase.
Yeah, which is pretty dope. I'm gonna get into that guy and kill him for my strategy. I'm gonna charge you instead.
I'm gonna charge you, or hey, congrats, you ended within 12 of Glockin, but I'm gonna make this guy over here because he's only within 18 of me. Congrats.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then spells, he's got Rancid Visitations, which
It's a Hordebreaker spell.
it's probably the best Heartbreaker. I mean, it's short range. It's only 7-inch range, but mortals
it is on 2-ups.
on a 2-up. Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Also, yeah, let's not forget the Monstrous Rampage from Glocken. The loathsome flesh, where it's just like, hey, take 6 mortal wounds.
Yeah, the better stomp, right?
Yes, yeah, basically the better stomp.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, and then we go to the less important stuff. The two min units of Plague Bearers. These dudes are two wounds on a 6-up save, 5-up ward. They're -1 when they hit. Well, there's 5 of them. And then the Beast of Nurgle, the floppy dog that everybody loves.
The floppy dog, he runs the charges.
Yeah, he runs the charges, and when he retreats, he slimes you, and then basically
he charges you again.
Yeah, and you take mortal wounds on a 4-up.
It's great.
Yeah,
and John will summon more of them because they're awesome to just like bring out and kind of just harass.
Yeah,
harass unit.
Yep.
Or the best thing that I hope John gets to do is summon a Poxbringer, who's an Endorian Locust, which means he just has Blizzard on tap.
Yeah. That's
oh, I'm playing against Gargants. Let me just summon this wizard.
Pretty good. Yeah, so he's 2,000 points even. All
who needs triumphs?
Yeah, who needs triumphs? Who needs a command trait? Because they get one of those.
Nope.
But, yeah, in the battle reg for the 1-drop, and yeah, Joe does.
He's gonna be 5 drops. Just because everything's a monster.
Oh, everything's huge. That's right.
Yeah, everything's huge, so he can't. So he has the 1, and then the other 4 monsters.
Yeah, you're right. It helps. He actually wrote his drops on there like I asked him to nicely, and it says drops 5. So
Joe couldn't modify this list; it was too short.
Yeah, it's been a long week for yours truly. So, but yeah, this looks really cool.
The grand strategy is also not that bad. Because his general has the mortal keyword, because it's Morbidex, he picks a terrain feature in wholly within enemy territory, and the idea is that there's no that he just controls it.
Yeah,
which he just marches up the field and just takes over it.
Yeah, pretty cool list.
Says wholly within on the app, John. Maybe that's a typo. Oh, Blight Creek is wholly within.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward. This will look really cool on the table. Like
it is. It's a great looking army.
Yeah. I mean, John's playing the Timmy list, which is kind of cool. But you know, I like it. I think it's fun. I think it'll be cool. All right, Eli.
I'm being corrected. I thought Glocken had War Master, so I thought it's just within 12.
Yeah.
Or is he not a warlord? Is he a warlord? He is a War Master. Ha! I can't read War Scrolls. Can't wait for new War Scrolls that I can read easily.
Yeah, seriously. That'll be super nice. All right, he's our only Nurgle player, which brings us, and like I think Eli, I gotta say this.
Yes,
I finally accepted Skaven in the Chaos.
You finally accepted? Oh,
it took an entire edition, but like with the new trailer and stuff, I'm like, all right, fine.
Look, they're doing some cool shit, man.
Yeah, I'm like, they're fine the Chaos. I'm like, I'm accepting.
I still need to. I need to know how Archeon's going to get the Greenhorn Rat on the Pantheon.
I'll put like a couple rats on his base.
That would be so cool if he got like an upgrade and he got a rat head.
That would be pretty cool.
I'd be all for it. For our Skaven list, we've got Kyle Corcoran coming up from Houston. His brother Dylan, who we've had on the show before, is dragging him up to play. Tell me what's in the list, Jeff.
Well, first of all, his grand strategy is take what's theirs. So
Which means he's had this list in his phone for a long time.
Yeah, so he has Master Molder as his general with Horde Master and the Warpstone Tip Lash.
Yep,
He's got Screech Verminkin.
Yep.
Vermin King, Grayseer with Skaven Brew, Hoarfrost, and Death Frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
Thankful with the 4 Warp Fire projectors. Oh, he's looking for Horde Jail with that army.
He wants to fight Horde Jail. Yeah. Oh, I guess we shouldn't tell Steven.
And
I
then
think Steven thought that he was going to be thankful free.
no, don't tell him.
Sorry, Steven.
Yeah. And then he's got Skitter Leap and Death Frenzy on Thankful. He's got the Warlock Engineer with Blizzard and Warp Lightning Shield.
Yep.
And then Battle Line, 6 Rat Ogres, 20 Clan Rats, 20 Clan Rats, 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, Geminids, and Bell of Doom. What the hell is Bell of Doom?
Bell of Doom is one of the endless spells from Skaven. What it does is it provides an aura of no battle shock to take. It moves randomly, and after you roll like, I think it's 3d6, and if you hit a 13, it just like blows up. And it hurts you. It hurts Skaven too, because all of Skaven's endless spells hurt Skaven.
Yeah, I mean, can anything be more Skaven than that?
Yeah, no, it's great. I love moving into my my Warp Lightning Vortex to try to hurt my Bell.
How does this play? What is he looking to do with this?
Okay, so this list has a few different phases. Here's the thing I love about Skaven. We're at the point now with Skaven where points drops actually make sense to build into more than 1 or 2 clans. Rat Ogres are getting stupid efficient for their points. 6 Rat Ogres with the right buffs will delete literally anything in the game.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can stand up to it. I've seen 6 Rat Ogres with the right buffs take down Nagash with the full with save stacks. Wow. They just slap, especially with Hoarfrost now. So here's the deal. Rat Ogres have 4 attacks each. They're 4s and 3s base, Ren 1, 2 damage, exploding 6s to hit in combat.
Okay.
They have a D3 shooting attack. They're 6 wounds apiece, though, on a 4-up save. What you do is you stick Skaven Brew on them, which lets them take D3 mortal wounds to get an extra attack, so now they're 5 attacks each. You put Death Frenzy on them, so now anytime they die, they fight before dying. With the Horde Master, you basically have a second chance to bring them back on a 3-up when they die, because when they fully die, you spend a command point to revive them on a 3-up.
Oh, wow.
Kyle took the Horde Master, which basically says, also, I can just do it once per game as a command trait. So basically, he's got a once per game reroll on those Rat Ogres, because he's only got the 1 unit of 6.
You roll for each one that died, or just one at a time?
No, it's at the end. It's after the whole unit dies to bring the whole unit back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So when the 6 block dies, he has 2 chances to roll a 3-up to bring the whole 6 block back. With Hoarfrost, he can get them like Ren 3 essentially. Skitter Leap lets him put a hero in where he needs to go.
Anyway.
But those Rat Ogres can go in, slap in 30 attacks. The Master Molder also can heal them in the phase. He can he does a whip lash in the movement phase to give him +3 inches to run and +3 inches to charge, and +1 to wound rolls for their combat attacks.
Oh wow, okay.
So they're +3 to charge. When they get into combat, they'll be +1 to wound, +1 to hit if they're not getting roared. So then that's going to be 30 attacks coming at you, 3s and 2s -1 or more if Hoarfrost at 2 damage each, with exploding 6s to hit.
Sounds pretty good.
They delete things.
Yeah, and he's got like the 2 screens, like to hold everything back. he's gonna like, I mean, they're not gonna be there long, but like you're gonna be getting popped with Warp Lightning. You're gonna want to like get in close. He's gonna Skitter Leap out. So there's a lot of cool tech with this too. He can really like dictate where things fight, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because I didn't even bring up the fact that again, there's 2 Warp Lightning cannons.
Yeah.
That if Kyle rolls right enough, he's just doing a turn. potentially mort himself on top of having a blizzard.
Yeah.
Screech's War Scroll is just base super good monster.
Yeah.
He gives himself basically a buff every round. One of those is 3 Ren 3 damage on his main attack. Screech is insanely good. Thankful. We all know what Thankful does at this point. There's a Horde unit. He says delete the Horde.
Yep.
Also cast Death Frenzy at +3 base, which is really solid.
Yeah.
And then Geminis to shut off commands, Bell of Doom to do what I was talking about. Yeah. He's got the Warlord for the extra spell enhancement, makes sense, plus the extra command. It's filthy. This list is really solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I definitely dig it.
It's a super cool way to play like all the Skaven tools simultaneously playing like the Monster Mash with Screech and Thankful.
Yeah, and I like how, like I said, like I was saying earlier, like I like how it can attack you in different areas. Like he can use the knot holes and jump around. He could use Scare Leap and jump around. So he could kind of dictate where he wants to go, which is pretty cool.
Pretty much. I don't think Screech can be teleported with Skitter Leap. I think he's just too many wounds. Would have been dope if he could. Come on, Screech. No, he's 13 wounds. You can teleport Screech with Skitter Leap.
There you go. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this looks fun.
It's a really, really fun list, and it's going to be cool to see on the table.
Yeah,
some lucky rolls go Kyle's way, and he's going to have a weekend.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
You need to get that grand strat fixed.
Yeah, there's Skaven don't really have options. It's probably going to be like Overshadow or some shit.
Overshadow, yeah. That's
I'll message Kyle. In fact,
okay.
Let's find out. Kyle, what's your grand strat? Because Skaven don't have many good options.
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of all their like book grand strats have 3 heroes that are either Master Clan or X Clan alive at the end of the fight. Gotcha. Most of Skaven's heroes are foot heroes. They die pretty easily.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, he's going to go for the one that's Scryer because he's got 3 Master Clan and a Scryer hero, whatever that grand strat's called, or he's picking one out of the GHB.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll get that fixed. But excited to see him. That looks fun. That looks like a cool list. I like that list a lot.
Oh no, he said it's the one that's hold the center with 2 wizards. I think that's Baron Icecape.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
All right, next list. We got our Jeremy Davis, with Skaven.
Local rat player.
His grand strat is Warpstone Weapon Masters.
That one I don't recognize. If I had to guess, it's keep 3 heroes alive.
That seems like it's tough in a Skaven list.
It is very tough in a Skaven list.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 Master Clan or Scryer heroes.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's go. Real quick side tangent. Archcorruptors of the Mortal Realms, 3 or more Master Clan or Pestilent heroes. Claw Masters, 3 or more Master Clan or Verminous heroes. Masters of Execution, 3 or more Master Clan or Eshin heroes. Shapers of Beast Flesh, 3 or more Master Clan or Molder heroes. And Warpstone Weapon Masters, 3 or more Master Clan or Scryer heroes. Those are the grand strategies of the Skaven Battletome.
Wow, those are terrible.
It's all bad.
Holy shit. Please don't kill my squishy rats, the grand strat. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, somebody forgot to put that in the book, and they're like, fuck, what do we do? They're like, let's just do this and copy paste it 6 times. It's cool. Nobody will notice.
It's great.
All right, so Jeremy, also with the Master Molder, Command Trait Horde Master.
Same one as before. Get that extra revive on the Rat Ogres.
Yep, he's got the Warlock Engineer, Lower Primal Frost with Blizzard, Warp Lightning Shield. He's got a Greyseer with Hoarfrost and Skitter Leap.
Yep.
Thankful with the 4 Warp Fire projectors. Did Steven really think there was none? Now there are 2. We're only
Steven, there are 2. Yeah, we're from none to 2.
Into 2 lists. And then he's got 4 Warp Fire projectors, Death Frenzy, Skitter Leap on Screech, and then 20 Clan Rats. Yeah, and then 20 Clan Rats, 20 Clan Rats. 4 Rat Ogres. He's got a Help Hit, which I really like. The Help Hit is super cool. And it's only 180 now. Holy crap. That go down. And 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. And then he's got Warlord with the extra spell slot. And Wizard Finders of Andor with the coming in at 1950.
Yes. So this is basically the same list that we saw Kyle bring, but with 2 less Rat Ogres and no endless spells in favor of bringing the Help It.
Help It's cool. And Help It comes back too, right?
The Help It can come back. You roll 5 or 6 when he dies. Yes, he can. He'll heal D3, and then stick around and hopefully not die. But either way, like the literal only thing that holds back the Help It is his random movement. His profile is so good. It's
remember
so good for 180 points, man.
I remember when they were more pricey, and I played Daniel Dawson, and he ran 3 or 4 of them, and fucking every one of them came back. He was my ringer game, and he kicked the shit out of me. It was like, what is happening?
You could legitimately run 4 hell pits, and I would be like, this is honestly the solid base to start a list.
Yeah.
He can also be buffed by the Master Molder.
Mhm.
Like you can throw the whip on him as well. I am a fan personally of doing Molder Supreme and having that nice aura of +1 to hit and wound that affects both Rat Ogres and the hell pit. Still really good. But yeah, this is basically the same thing. 4 Rat Ogres, just last most anything else in the game. 6 just definitely kill things.
Apparently you're about it, but it's the perfect time because I think we're running an ad like super soon.
Oh shit!
You sound fine to me, Eli.
Oh, I see the ad on Twitch.
I don't yet.
Are we good? Are we in the clear? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I still don't see the ad. Well, of course, I'm a sub. Damn it. All right, I think we are good. We are in the clear. So yeah,
am I a robot? Tell me, chat. I don't know if I'm a robot. No bots. All right, cool.
We're taking back the creek, Eli.
They were taking back the creek. 3 hours time. All right. The other thing I like about this list compared to what Kyle has is that Jeremy brought the Wizard Finder, which I think is honestly super important for Skaven. I don't really think low drops is necessary for a Skaven army at this point.
Yeah.
Wizard Finders lets you protect your Master Mold.
Yeah.
Which is so key. Having that 5-up to just be like, nah, I'm not taking this thing. It's really good against like Seraphon in particular, but anything that can snipe out your heroes with rats or with spells, the Master Molder is the most important one to keep around because he buffs the rat ogres and the hell pit, which are your main combat force.
Yeah.
And then you put the clan rats in there so they don't die to like horde breaker spells, and you're just worried about, and you can keep them around to bodyguard your stuff.
Yeah. Another cool list.
Super cool. Watch out, Skaven comeback online.
All right, so those are our 2 Skaven lists. Now I move on to one of my favorite armies. Not my favorite army, because my favorite army is not even freaking here.
Nope.
Which I don't understand.
Everybody got pre-scared of the nerfs.
I guess. they were pretty rough, though, I gotta say. So we got Bill the Marine with Slaves to Darkness.
Bill the Marine.
Running Kabbalists, because he wants all his dudes to be heroes.
I mean, who doesn't?
Or all his dudes to be wizards. I said heroes.
Yeah, wizards, yeah. All his heroes to be wizards.
Yeah.
We get the right word configuration at some point.
We did. We got there. So he's got the Sork Lord running out of Slaanesh with the Chaos Familiar. He's got Conduit and Hellfrost. He's got Demon Prince, Mark and Nurgle. Command trait bolstered by Chaos. I don't know what that one does.
I believe it gives him an extra 2 wounds and makes him a monster.
That's pretty dope. Because he's got wings, axe, and because he gets prayer or a spell now, he's got flaming weapon. So that's really cool.
Hell yeah.
He's got a Chaos Lord, Marcus Slaanesh with Blizzard.
Except, actually, that's an issue with Slaves of Dark with the Demon Prince. Because of the way Arcane Tome has been changed, you no longer can take Flaming Weapon. You can only cast Shield or Arcane Bolt or an Endless Spell.
Well, he doesn't have the Arcane. He doesn't have the Tome. Doesn't.
Oh, that's right. He's a wizard.
Yeah, he's a wizard, Harry.
Ignore me.
You're good. You're good. You confused me for a second because I know I'm dumb and I'm like, shit, did I fuck up? But no, yeah.
No.
That's
me being bad.
Yeah, you were good.
Cabbalas give him spell.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I do not like how, I guess it's Android doesn't tell you how many dudes are in a unit because he has a block of Chaos Warriors. So I guess is this a 20 block?
It is a 20 block because he
20
has
block.
2 standard bears, 2
There we
horn
go.
blowers.
We got there. Running these dudes out of Nurgle with which is, man, those are hard to shift.
So good. Yeah, it makes him almost impossible to ship. He doesn't have the banner on them.
No.
Not that I can see, because he threw them on the chosen. So they're not going to be like -1 to rend in it, or rend worsened by 1 in addition.
Yeah.
They're still -1 to wound against them though.
Yeah, they're still pretty tanky.
They still hold a circle really well.
Yeah, they do. Then he's got one of my favorite units, the Marauder Horsemen, running those out of Nurgle.
Forever underrated Marauder Horsemen.
God, they're so good. And then they came out with beautiful models, and they killed the War Scroll like I knew they would do, which makes me so sad.
But again, new Dark Oath models.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Still amazing.
That'll probably be my. I did pre-order that box, so that'll be my project for going in the 4th.
I would have if I thought I was going to play that army anytime soon.
Yeah, fair. And then he's got a Chaos Chariot, which they're only down.
All right,
down 80 points, which is
80
nutty.
Points. Okay,
that's crazy. Running that out of Nurgle, and then he's got
the
big block of Chosen. Running them out of Slaanesh, of course, with the banner of Screaming Flesh.
Hell yeah, make them fast as boys.
Yeah. And then my favorite War Scroll in the game, Eli. You know what that is, right?
Vanguard.
Yeah, Corn Mark. He didn't even
6 block.
And I love that he's just like, fuck it, I'm just doing 6 spears. I don't even care. Which is dope.
You know what I want? The hammer to end all hammers.
Yeah. That unit is so good. And then
attacks on the charge. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's glorious.
Normally, you see 6 blocks of Vanguard in Knights of the Empty Throne because you can make it leader.
Yeah,
and you get run charge. Yep. But no.
Yeah, and he is rounding this out with Quicksilver Swords, which is probably one of my favorite on the spells.
Honestly, I think Quicksilver Swords is really solid and just doesn't see enough play.
It doesn't. Yeah.
It just it competes at its point cost with like Gravetide and Maelstrom and other spots.
Yeah. It's just nice ignoring words. I think that's a good thing. And he's got two ways to do that too, which is pretty cool. And
I think it's a great little endless spell.
Yep. Running this out of Battle Reg for the cheeky 1-drop.
Love it.
And apparently, I don't know if you've heard this, Eli, but Joe doesn't read the pack. I don't know what's up.
Joe doesn't read the pack. Never.
I don't know what's up with that.
It's part of his whole hubris charm.
Yeah, that has to be it. But yeah, Bill's a great guy. This is a super fun list. Yeah, this is great.
Excited to have him out.
Yeah, me too. And this list makes me want to play like super bad. Like I've been very like on the low with 3rd, but like
you just gotta play.
This makes me smile. I really like seeing this. This looks great.
For all the people who are ready for 4th, I'm telling you, the game is still fun. Just play with your bros, and you'll enjoy the winding down of the edition. Nothing matters. Play what you want. I'm going to an 8-round GT next month, and I'm playing an army that I've never brought to a tournament before. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be fun.
You taking Skaven?
I'm gonna take the Skaven. Yeah.
Nice.
For those of you that don't know, our buddy Jordan is gonna let me borrow some Rad Ogres, and then pretty much I have like 3 or 4 different people that are like, if you need clan rats, I have you. Like John offered, he's like, here's my whole list. Like you can borrow whatever you need. And I was like, don't worry, guys. I'll hit up some people.
Yeah. No, this list is super cool. The only thing I would change with this list, and it's a really minor thing, but I would give them Marauder Horsemen javelins, just because.
Oh, just for the shooting attack.
Yeah, just for the shooting attack.
Yeah.
But that unit has won me so many games because they could retreat and charge, which is really good. So good. Yeah. Really great guy. This is going to be a really fun list to see.
Honestly, just such an underrated unit. We do not see them enough.
Yep.
I'm curious, Bill, is this going to be the list you're working on for Dallas Open, or because I know you're in the chat. I see you there.
Oh, he said they were supposed to have spears. Oops. No. Is he running? Are you running?
He might run the second. Okay, hell yeah, okay.
Yeah. He was working on corn, and then he turned his back too.
He's got it for he's got it unlocked for 4th edition.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, super cool list. Looking forward to seeing him.
Nick, you got to make it out to Dallas. Come on, everybody, you got to go. It's gonna be a blast, guys. It's 8 rounds.
I am going. Maybe this will like talk me into actually playing 3rd, but I don't know.
Come on. I might. It's the end of the edition. Just play the wackiest shit you got.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, so that's Slay Stark's list numero uno. Then we go to Anthony Richardson. Apparently, Joe doesn't read the pack, but
right at the top. We love it.
Yep. So Knights of the Empty Throne, follow the path to glory.
All right.
He wants
Fall back to glory.
Make an Demon Prince, which is pretty cool.
Who doesn't nowadays? Yep. Knights of the Empty Throne. He's going to get his mounted run and chart. Loves it. Doesn't even include a triumph because he's right at 2,000 points. I love it. Why include extraneous text on your list?
Exactly. He's leaning this down. This is like perfect.
How many pink horrors would be too many pink horrors for Dallas? That's a question in the chat. What do you think, Jeff? Before we move on.
How many is too many?
The answer is
30? 30 is too many. 30 is too many.
30 is too many. It's too many points. It's 750 points. It's way too much.
So he's got Be'lakor, the Dark Master.
Hell yeah.
With demonic speed.
Yep.
Cirque Lord, Master Magic to get all the spells. He is undivided.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Master Magic is reroll.
Master Magic's the reroll the cast command trait.
Yep. And then Chaotic Conduit. He wants to make that Demon Prince. He wants to be undivided, so he gets the drop one of those dice. Better chance of doing that. He's got the second Cirque Lord with Chaos Familiar, which will give him one spell of his choice once during the game.
Yep.
Also undivided, rocking the Blizzard.
All built, so everything built into getting that grand strat.
Yep. Way to go. And then we got 20 Chaos Warriors, Nurgle with the Icon. These are
so the unit that will never die.
Yeah, they will never die. We got my favorite unit again, the 6 Baron Guard, Mark Corrin, 6 Fell Spears. Then my favorite unit again, but this time in the nice little 3-banger. Also Mark Corrin with 3 spells, with 3 Fell Spears, which is pretty cool.
So you're telling me second verse same as the first?
Yeah, yep.
Just a little bit louder and a whole lot worse?
Yeah. Which is kind of cool because, like, with the double fight, like, I've always considered maybe just doing 3s instead of the 1/6, but
so it depends on what you want. With 6, you're like leveling Gargets in one fight, and then saving that double fight for when you really need it, right? With 3s, the double fight just helps you trade so effectively.
It does, and I mean they're beefy. I mean, everybody knows Vanguard are nasty, but they do die. I mean, so having the 6 is good.
Yeah, and they can die.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing some premonition to the next list because we'll talk about that after we get through this one. But then he's got 9 Spire Tyrants.
What do those do? That is, are those are like no, I don't know this. I know it's a Warcry warband. I don't know what this rule is.
Basically, they don't do much. They're 4s and 4s. 1 damage. There's 9 of them. I think there's a Beast Lord. I think he gets extra attacks. I don't know. Is there
what's their special rule? Let's find out. Because they all the Warcry warbands do little things, and I know what most of them do, but this is not one of them that I know.
I remember it's very underwhelming. I remember looking at them and going, I love the way these models look, and it's very underwhelming.
Okay, it's not too bad. It once again to combat because they get especially tax characters.
Yeah, so they get.
Oh, they want to be near their heroes, which he's got a bunch of mortal heroes, which is the key to get +1 to attack characteristic.
Yeah, and then they don't take battle shock if they're within
3 inches of enemy units.
Yeah, which they're fine.
But otherwise, it's just a super cheap battle line at 70 points.
Yeah, they use the dwarf for the pitcher.
Yeah.
So, get that away. And then we got 3 Theridons, also Mark Corrin.
So, Theridons are one of my favorite pet units.
Yeah.
I've come around on them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really, really solid. And as a unit of 3, as just a cheap slappy unit. Super. They always end up like punching up for me when I like play against them. When I see them, like it's really really cool unit. with the great axes, I presume.
Yeah, whenever I've played them, I've just deleted them. I didn't want to deal with them, so I've never really seen what they do. I've seen their war scroll, and I know they could be pretty slappy.
I assume they have the great axes for the extra rend. That is technically needs to be missing, or that technically is missing. They do have a weapon option.
Okay,
they can have the shield or not have the shield.
Yeah, I think you're running Corn. I think
he's running Corn, so I assume it's the great axe.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
But it's an easy thing. Like, hey, day off. Like, hey, let's check that. All nice in a battle regiment.
Yep.
1 drop, 133 wounds. Just we didn't even mention Bellicor. I don't think we need to really mention Bellicor. Like,
yeah, we know
everybody knows what Bellicor does. Yeah. He's a big baby.
he is indeed. But yeah, cool. Another cool list.
Always like to see Kotet lists. They're fun.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of hammers. Bellicor is almost even though he doesn't benefit from anything Kotet, he's kind of a mainstay at this point because he supports the hammer.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he got speed to speed out. He can speed out the Vanguard if he needs to.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, it's
going to be super important. Those Vanguard need to hit something before they get hit. Otherwise, they don't do as much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fun list. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing him. He should do pretty well. All right. We come to the last of our Chaos lists.
The Great Return.
Running House Corvin, which is his own special... it's a special, like... his own lore thing that he made up. I actually did the logo and stuff for him. I'm really happy to see he's coming out.
And the model... Yeah, I mean, he's had a baby and only played, like, 2 events in, like, the last year.
Yeah.
And they're... his army's really cool. It's super heavily, like... It's got, like, so much conversion and bits on it and stuff. It's super cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, you take us through this one, Eli.
Yeah, so it's another Knights of the Empty Throne list. It's got Dominating Presence, which is Grand Strat. I don't remember what it does. Jeff, can you look that up real quick? But similar to what we've seen before with Kotet, we have Bellicor that knows Binding Damnation, which is the Fight Last spell. Chaos Sorcerer Lord with the Helm of the Eldritch Command. Nope, drawing a blank on what that artifact is. Mark of the Chaos Undivided, though, because we want to get that extra die roll for taking the taking rolls on the Eye of the Gods tables. I can't speak. And then Demonic Speed.
Eldritch Command isn't that the one where here like
one would models endless spells. Okay. Sorry, go for it.
Okay. I was gonna say Eldritch Command, isn't that the one? I'm thinking of the Iron Crown is what I'm thinking of.
You might be thinking of the Iron Crown. Creature's actually in the chat now. He says it's the one that lets you steal endless spells.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Which is cool. We got the 6 Vanguard that is the general because you do that in Kotet. The one specific model is your general, and then it's just a leader unit which fits in the leader slot in your battle regiment, which is really cool. With Nurgle. So they're going to be really killy, and Chris is like, you know what? This unit's killy enough, but it's not tanky enough. So why don't we just make it -1 to wound rolls against?
Yeah,
honestly, not a bad plan.
It's not a bad plan. I mean, I like, of course, being me, I like the Corn better, but like I was saying when we're going to the last list, I mean, it's a smart play.
Yeah,
because they do die. So
they do die, and then the 3 Vanguard that are going to go in and be that quick hit unit being Corn marked.
Yep.
We got the Unmade, which the Unmade are the guys that stop Rally and Inspiring Presence, if I remember correctly.
They stop redeploy.
Or is it redeploy? That's what it is. Rally and redeploy.
Yep.
And then Corvus Cabal, which just deep strike.
Yep. And
are not visible on terrain, right?
On terrain, correct. Yep.
Heck yeah. And then Furies, which is one of the best units in the game right now.
Which are 80. Like, if they were 180 points,
damn cheap.
I would still take them.
It's good. It's everything I wish my skinks were at this point. What?
Yeah.
They took Wary Fighters away because it's too good on Skinks, but you can put it on Furies for 80 points? What's wrong with you, game? Give me my Skinks back! Sorry. I'll never not obsess over this. And then he's got a big block of 10 Chaos Knights Nurgle with the eroding icon. So those guys
will never die.
They will never die. They will hit
die.
really hard when they will hit hard when they charge. But after that,
they will tarp hit everything.
Andrew, don't you have lizards? Why are you fighting me?
Like you put Mystic Shield on those knights and they will never die. Like
no.
The times that people couldn't kill 5 of mine, I could not imagine 10. That is nightmare fuel. That is crazy.
Yeah. Creech is basically like, you know what? I've barely played any Sigmar in the last 6 months. I'm just gonna roll up, charge you. I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a good plan. So he's coming in at 1980. Also 1 drop.
Also 1 drop with the Inspired Triumph. Very nice.
Yeah. And Joe doesn't read the pack.
Joe never reads the pack.
Joe, read the pack. Why, Joe? But I'm really happy to see Creech coming out. Like it's
people giving me shit for my Skinks. Why do I want them to have Wary Fighter? Because sometimes I want to run onto a far objective. Is that so wrong? I also want to do that. It's mine.
Well, it's cooler. It's cooler when you can like charge in and fly over stuff. And like you're like, see ya. Oh, that's my objective now. That's
too good on Skinks, but we can put it on Furies.
Well, and they fly, so yeah. it's chaos, Eli. We get the cool tools. That's what we get.
I don't always stand in a corner. I move forward. I run forward with my monsters. All right. I think that's it for our chaos list.
That ends chaos with no corn, which, man, it's so sad.
No corn.
Alrighty. Destro Bros.
The one GT I'm not playing, I'm not playing, and definitely not playing Seraphon at. There's no corn.
That is the exact thing I thought. I'm like, this is Eli's fault for not playing. Yeah.
Of course.
All right. We are into the Gits, and I don't know this army well, so I will let you take this over.
I sort of know Gits. Gits is
all I know
goblins and stuff.
They're broken as shit. Like when I play them, it's like I'm like, I have how many? But you've done how many mortal wounds to me? Like I'm run what? Like so, yeah.
They can. This is at least an easier list to parse through because it's Trogs. So we got King's Gits. King's Gits is the subfaction for Gloomspite that lets you re-roll your resurrection roll. At the end of your turn on a 4-up, you can bring a unit that has died back at half strength. King's Gits lets you re-roll that dice, so you have 2 chances to bring it back, which is cool. Chasing the Moon is a grand strat that says your general has to be under the light of the bad moon, which starts in one of the 2 quadrants on your side of the field and moves diagonally across. If the moon is in the middle, the whole board is under the light of the moon, which means usually you get buffs. For Trogs, they get +1 to their save rolls.
Seems good.
Chasing the Moon means that the general has to be under the light of the bad moon for at least 3 turns, 3 rounds, 3 of your turns, whatever it is, but also not die, which is cool. Which is why his general is the dank old Trog boss. Hard to kill.
Yep.
Glowy Howitz lets you. Glowy Howitz is not what I'm used to seeing. Will you look it up? I'm used to seeing Loonskin because they let you get the free endless spell as your artifact. But he took Glowy Howitz, which I think makes him a little bit tankier. I'd have to look at it, but he's the general. There is no command trait, so we're gonna need to get that. And then we have a Loon boss, which is just a little foot goblin dude, with Arcane Tome to summon one of the 3 endless spells that he brought. Madcap Shaman, little tiny wizard, once per game, eats a mushroom, gets a 2nd cast. And then we have Scragrat, who's super good. 4-up ward. Thank you, John. So the Dank Old Trog boss has a 4. Super tanky.
Scragrat, like the best wizard at like 230. Like,
I mean, that spell's really good even after the nerf.
Yeah.
Fangs of the Bad Moon cast on a 3. He has +1 to cast, which basically means it's going to go off unless he miscasts or it's unbound if he rolls low. Then target a spell 24 inches away. Roll number of dice equal to the casting roll itself on the dice. no longer do you get the +1 buff. And every 3 up is a mortal wound. You roll well enough, it can just delete heroes.
Yep.
On top of having a forward board, on top of giving a free command point, of having a free command ability once. Super, super good. Oh, also, 12-inch aura of the Light of the Bad Moon.
Oh, that's right.
So, Gits are either under the moon by being a Scragrat, or they're being under the moon by being a Shrine, which also projects a 12-inch away, or they're just in the right quadrant.
Yeah, see, all that extra Scrygrat stuff, like, I never realized, because I usually take him in my Cruel Boys list. And I'm like, even though half of his crap doesn't work in Cruel Boys, it's like, he's still, like, such an amazing
just a
wizard.
Good hero. Oh, he's also a lore master.
Nice.
That War Scroll is really solid. It's really meaty for 230 points. For being on a like a 5 wound, 6 wound, 5 up save, 4 up board hero type of thing. Way harder to kill than he appears.
Yep.
But then we get into the meat. We have 2 units of Rocket Troggoths. I can't tell if they're reinforced or not. Then a unit of Moonclan Stabbers that I can tell is Stabbers are great. They contest objectives from 9 inches away as 6 inches, so they don't have to get on the objectives to take it from you. It's pretty great.
Yeah, and that's make you -1 to hit them as long as you're within 3, which is cool.
And then 2 units of Fellwater Troggoths, which shoot you, do -1 to save, and you can't all-out defense, if I remember correctly, during the following combat phase. None of the trolls are reinforced. Thank you, chat. I was not going to do the math to see if that worked. So it's just 2 units of 3 Rocket Troggoths. They have a shooting attack that does some mortals. They have a base 4 save, +1 to save under the Light of the Bad Moon. If they get all-out attack, they also get an additional attack in addition to +1 to hit. They're pretty combat-centric unit. Fellwater Troggoths giving them an extra rend makes them really slap in combat. They were really, really cheap. They've now gotten a bit more expensive. They're still worth their value, in my opinion.
Yeah, 170 is still pretty good.
Yeah. Spore Splat of Fanatics, I believe this is the screen that prevents visibility to them because they're just whirring everywhere.
Yep.
And then we have the Sneaky Snufflers, which I believe is that unit of 5 little mushroom dudes. Yeah. That are going to do a little thing. 6 mushroom dudes.
Yeah, they do all the Buffy stuff, right? Don't they pass out buffs?
It's not the I think you're thinking of why can't I remember what it's called? It's the unit of wizard that has like the 2 wizards in it. They do give a buff. You have to roll to see if you get the buff. On a 3-up, you pick a unit at the start of the movement phase to give a ward. On a 6-up, you get +1 to attacks as well on that unit. But it also has a ward of 5-up. So it does give a buff. It's not the variable buff that the Gobapalooza, thank you. Thank you, people. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Gobapalooza is the one with like the variable buffs and is like the 2 wizards that is just like stupid efficient.
Yeah.
Super good.
Then we got Scuttletide.
Man,
we got the nuke.
Bruce Scuttletide, man. Forget Scuttletide. The nuke, though, that's where it's at.
Yep.
That's where it's at. Summon it in, set it up 46 inches away, and then kaboom.
Yeah, the nuke is cool. Malevolent Moon, I don't think I've ever seen.
I have never seen it taken in the list, or at the very least, I've never played against it either. Let's look up what it does. It's Praetor, and the spell moves 12 inches. Can fly after it's moved. You roll each unit within inches of it. On a 2-up, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. So it's just a little bit of a hit spell. And while it's controlled by a model in a Gits army, units in the army are affected by Light of the Bad Moon wholly within 12 inches. So it's just another.
That's wow. Why don't more people take that? That's pretty cool.
Because it is 80 points.
I was just gonna say. I looked at the points and I'm like, that's probably why.
It's 80 points, and usually at that point you either rather take Scuttletide or one of the generic tomes. But usually most Gits lists I see bring Scuttletide for free because they take the Loonskin.
Yeah.
And then all summed up in a Warlord and a Vanguard battalion, putting Vanguard on the Fellwater Troggoths. Vanguard, I believe, is the one that lets you get reroll, charge, or auto run +1 or once per game, I think.
Yeah.
For free. Well, it's cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
Coming in at 1990.
1990. Hopefully going to get that little bit of an indomitable trait. Battle Shock, not a great phase for Gits, who, get get that triumph and hopefully just stop it. Very nice. Looking forward to seeing you on the table, Menmo.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like I like the troll heavy list. They're fun.
Yeah. Moving on next, we got another Gits list in Ahmed. We love it. Looks like he's also doing the Trog build. Dank old Trog boss with the Alpha Trog. I don't know what Alpha Trog command trait is. Someone help me out. Before next list, we're going to run 2 minutes ads to stop the pre-roll. Do I need to stop talking?
I think, is that before this list? We're good for this one. We're good for this
No,
one.
we're good for this one? Okay, cool. Had to make sure. But anyway, we have the Denkold Trog bus. We got a Fungoid Cave Shaman. This wizard was not in the previous list. He's invisible outside of 12 inches. Got an artifact for the Staff of Sneaky Stealing, which I believe is a like unbind a spell and take it type of thing. Or it's the unbind a spell, get like +1 and then can keep going type of thing. So you can have like infinite buffs on the Fungoid, if I remember correctly.
That's fun.
Binder Man tells me Alpha Trog is +2 to wound characteristic. Hell yeah. That's a 14 wound Trog boss, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And looks like gains the monster keyword too.
Oh, cool. That's also dope. Get that nice monstrous rampage.
Yeah.
He'll slap in combat if he hits you, so that actually really helps.
Yeah.
And then the Fungoid knows Blizzard. Sweet. Madcap that knows Itchy Nuisance. And Scragrot. Says spell Hand of Gort. You didn't need to put that, man. He knows all the spells. And then 3 units of Rockgut Troguts at 340, which means they're all 6-man blocks. Very nice, very nice. And a Skitter Stand Arachnarok. Love it. Just a regular big spider. Big spiders are cool. They tunnel in underground. They come back up somewhere on the battlefield. Later on in the game, they do it again. And they just move around and shoot things and just kind of in general be an annoying monster that you can't really escape from all that much.
They are so annoying.
They are really annoying.
I'm gonna go underground. I'm like, it's like, damn it. It's like, all right, yeah, like they're pretty cool.
I always love seeing Arachnarok, a big spider, get included. I think they're a really cool unit. It's just sometimes hard to fit in with points.
Yeah, I mean,
and then he's also got no, exactly, but especially if you're in a Trogoth build, like it's points heavy.
Yeah,
and then we got a Dankhold. Just gonna solo in and go hurt things. I love it. Trog Herd Heavies.
What the hell is that? I don't.
It's a Git specific battalion, which is why I don't know Gits, but I do know that it's in the battle zone. We got Endorian Acolytes with the Fungoid and the Madcap. Hopefully, get that Itchy Nuisance off. Gonna do super sweet stuff. And a Battle Regiment to keep those drops low. 5 drops, respectable amount of drops. Oh, okay. Trog Herd Heavy gets the extra artifact. That makes sense. We saw the 2 artifacts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's just a Dankhold Trog boss, and then it's just a 2-man battalion.
Yeah.
Trog boss and
Trog boss and the Dankhold Trogoth. That makes sense.
Yep.
It's just Dankholds.
Yeah, that's
easy.
Cool.
That's I love this list because it knows exactly what it's about.
Yep.
Ahmed is going to have a very fun time. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met him in person. He talks on our Discord, so it'll be cool.
He does. Very. It could be very nice to see him out. Moving on to our 3rd Gloomspite Kits list. Oh wait, we're gonna run that ad real quick, right?
Yeah. Get the ads.
Two minutes of filler for YouTube.
There'll be a lot of Gits lists. We got 1, 2, 3 more.
3 more Gits lists?
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah.
We got Gabby, we got Jonathan Cesius.
Oh, heck yeah.
And Jacob McCoy.
Yeah. Glog's Mega Mob.
Is that new? What the hell is that?
That's Glog's Mega Mob is the subfaction. I think it lets you. I believe it lets you do extra healing at the end of combat for all your drugs.
Yeah, Brian's right. We need a Destro expert on here because like these Gislis, I have no clue.
That's true. I know a little bit, just not a ton.
I think
Because it's also been a minute since I faced Gits, which doesn't help.
last time I played Gits was I actually played Gabby. Was it at Game Castle maybe? It was a hot minute. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But
All
right, we should be in the clear, and we are back. Look at that.
Sweet.
All right, Eli, talk about these Gits.
All right, so we got another Trog focus list. This time, instead of focusing on the revive mechanic, we have Gabby focusing on just them not dying to begin with. Glog's Mega Mob lets them do their regeneration, their heal ability, after they fight.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. And specifically after that unit fight, so you don't have to wait till combat. So sometimes just not gonna die. Another Dank Old Trog boss, this time with the Loon Skin. So we do have the free endless spell, which is Scuttletide. Points are marked on here. They do not contribute to the total, which is totally fine. Chasing the Moon, as usual. Glowy Howitz, how's it? Gotta get that 4-up ward. Scragrat, we've already touched on Scragrat. No need further to say. Fungoid with Hoarfrost to help make those rock guts a little bit more killy. And then a Madcap with Blizzard. Simple hero suite.
Yep.
Then Trogs. 3x6 Trogs. 20 Stabbers again. Scuttletide. Palisade. The interesting tech. I like it. It's anti-shooting, which I'm going to guess that in Gabby's games, she has felt that that's been one of her big weaknesses. Why don't I just put this wall up and stop shooting? And then, and this time, she has Gobblepalooza for extra buffs, knowing the spell Hand of Gork to teleport something somewhere.
Oh, wow. So Palisade just makes you not shoot on a 3-up. That's pretty cool.
Yep, and it sets up far away now. I believe it's a setup range of it.
It is, yeah, 18.
It used to be you had to be close by, but
yeah,
it would move.
You had to be by the wall to get the wall buff. Yeah.
Yep. Then now it's just you throw it near something. That KO boat? Nah. 3-up, no shoot.
Yeah. Fuck it, dwarf nerds. Pretty cool.
There's nothing much to say on this list that we haven't said because we've looked at 2 Trog focus lists already. I do like this one. I think it's got a little bit of synergy. Gobblepalooza is just, in my opinion, so good in this GHB. 2 wizards. Gobblepalooza can come back. It can revive. The regen doesn't stop it. And like this list holds objectives really well. It just does.
Yeah, and a little bit of maneuverability too with Hand of Gork, so she could push something out there if she needs to.
It helps her out a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be a deep screen with those Moon Clan stabbers. It could be, hey, I'm gonna drop 6 Trogs in your backyard. Deal with that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
And it's flexible because the stabbers don't even have to be on the objective, right? They can test from 9 inches away.
9 inches away. Yep. Yep.
Moving on, we finally shift from Trog focused lists to Squigs and Goblins. Jonathan Schleese is coming down here from Dallas, which we appreciate. Bringing the Jaws of Mork, which I believe is extra attacks for Squigs on the charge. In fact, I can look it up real quick. Aha, extra attacks on the charge.
Yep.
Protect the Shrine, meaning don't let the Loon Shrine get
don't get smashed.
Get smashed rubble. Easy. Yep. And double Triumph, because he's 950 points and going for that Triumph bid. A classic strat of Gits of old.
Yeah.
But you don't see that much anymore. For leaders, we've got a tiny Web Spinner Shaman, basically a Blizzard bot. Squig Boss with Nash a Squig to buff the Squigs. Gives him an extra buff. I don't remember which buffs. I know that comes into play at the movement phase. Just a bunch of stuff. Then we got Scragrat. Once again, we have a General Madcap Shaman, which is, with all these tiny wizards, just a little fragile. With the Clammy Hand and Moonface Mobbit. I can find out what those are. I have them on here. These are names that I recognize. But again, it's been a minute. The Clammy Hand, -1 to hit rolls for attacks that target general. Pretty good for helping keep your general alive. And for artifacts, if I could find the right one. Moonface Moment. Start a combat, pick an enemy unit within 12 inches, and -1 to save.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
And support those squigs by giving them basically an extra point of rend. And with Hoarfrost to go on those on that squig herd, cool.
Yeah.
Making them either hit on 2s or have like 15 bounders that are going to go in and literally delete anything. Some of it just straight up on the charge, and whatever survives the charge dies in combat.
Yeah.
20 shooters to be a shooting screen, 20 stabbers to take objectives, 36 squig herd to basically never die.
Yeah.
And if you do engage it, you better get rid of it. 5 Gobblepalooza with Squiggler as the spell lore, which I have right here. Pick a friendly squig unit wholly within 18 inches. You can reroll charge rolls for that unit. Help that squig herd get into combat, tie something up, or help those bounders get into combat. Help those bounders charge and get some things off. Then we got the Sneaky Snufflers, which we talked about for the buff for the ward, and the Gobblepalooza just being generally good. The Wizard Finders, super solid in this list. Adding an extra 5-up spell ignore to units. The Squig Boss keeping it. The Squig Boss having the 5-up spell ignore. The Stabas and especially the Squig Herd, which do not like Horde Breaker spells. Calamity stay within 12 inches of the Loon Shrine and roll twice to bring back. Oh, I must have read the wrong thing. Still cool.
I think there was another Clammy artifact. Yeah, there's
the
Clammy Cowl.
Oh, that's probably what I read then.
Yeah. You're the other Clammy one.
This is what I get for not having played Kits. Yeah. It's super cool. This army has a lot of punch in the Bounders and a lot of Tarpit in the Squig Herd. A lot of really good support for both of those game plans while also just having good board control. It's a really solid list, piloted by a great player.
Yeah, super, super good player, for sure.
Like, I know we as non-Dallas clubs between Austin, Houston, San Antonio, we shit on Dallas a lot, but respect when they're due.
Yeah.
When the player's good, they're good.
Yeah, Jonathan will fuck you up. Like, yeah, big time.
Very nice. And lastly, we'll move to Jake, who is all in on the squigs. Even going so far as to take Bloodthirsty as his triumph because he wants those squigs to get in. He only has 2 heroes. He's got Scragrot and a Squig Boss. And then for Battle Line, he's got 12 Squig Herd, 12 Squig Herd, 12 Squig Herd, and 30 Bounders.
Wow.
And then he's got a Mangler Squig. Jake knows exactly what he's about.
Yep.
There is nothing on this list I didn't say for John's list. It's just more.
Yeah. This just trims the fat and just says, going right in.
Jake is great. Jake is great. If you play against him, you're going to have a grand time. Never looked like he wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
He just wants to run his army and just run his army into shit and kill shit. It's great. And with that, we're done with Gits, our most representative army of the night with 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think it's our most. I
don't know if it's our most period, but it's the most tonight so far.
So far, I think we have a lot of the big boys. I think.
Oh, did we?
I think so. Yeah.
All of them Gargants.
Yeah. Speaking of big boys, we got Chris Cole.
We got little fat boys
running the Ogre Maw tribes out of Meatfist. The Grand Strat ready for plunder. And this looks familiar to me. We got Kragnos.
I'm so tired.
We got a Tyrant.
I'm so tired of this list.
With Brawler Guts.
I'm so tired of this list.
Arcane Tome. He's got killer reputation.
Please stop.
We have another Tyrant, Eli.
God.
Another Tyrant. A Tyrant, and then guess what else?
Is Kragnos?
No. We got another
Oh
tyrant.
god.
Oh, we got Kragnos. That was the first thing I said.
Is that the time?
You might have missed that. So battle line, we got 3 lead belchers, and we got a unit of frost sabers running out of the double battle ridge. Eli, you know this list fairly well. How about you?
For those of you that don't know what this list does, this charges you and then does nothing else.
Yeah.
Ogres, when they do charge, they roll dice equal to the charge roll without the buffs, and they try to do some mortals. Normally, it's on a 5-up. Tyrants with brawler guts are treated like monsters, so it's a 4-up, and then Meat Fist adds +1 to make it a 3-up. Every one of those tyrants rolls dice equal to the charge roll, trying to look for 3-ups to do mortals. And then Kragnos says, you charge from 18 inches away and get 3d6 charge.
You want an extra dice for that casual charge? Yeah, this list is...
Lead Belchers are the cheap unit that can be battle line. That also just still charge on... they still do 4s to mortal as long as they're half alive.
Yeah.
They're at least half health. It's just... And then Frost Sabers to take an objective, because they can... I believe they can deep strike and then come off. Like, this just...
Yeah.
And then Ready for Plunder is the old take what's theirs. Have more units in your opponent's territory than your opponent does. It's just... I've pretty much said all I need to say. Killer Reputation lets you have a big name. Death Cheater is the... Death... I don't think Death Cheater is the 5-up. I think...
Yeah, let's see. That, I don't know.
Death Cheater is... Look for the big name. Usually I see 5-up board. Maybe that is the 5-up board. People don't tell me what the actual... Yeah, it was... I'm not crazy. Death Cheater is the 5-up board. Okay, yeah. So the general has a 5-up board and also does the mortals. It's Arcane Tome, so you can get that tactic off. Killer Reputation is what lets you get the second big name. The list... It's right there. Everyone local knows exactly how I feel. Randy has bullied me with this list many times.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know what this list is going to do? It's going to charge you from really far away.
It's exactly that kind of list. It's just, it has a very linear gameplay, and all it asks is, can you stop it?
Yep.
And Tyrants themselves, they aren't that bad in combat, but that's not like their purpose. Like, if something lived in combat, they want to finish it off.
The really hard thing with playing this too, like even if you play like a melee focused army, is just trying to figure out like how to deal with stuff, because the amount of activations, because usually you're gonna charge everything in, right? So there's gonna
at least
be
like 2 of them at a time. Like,
yeah, so there's usually like 3-4 tyrants, and it's like you're trying to figure out like, all right, when do I activate? Because all this other crap is gonna go. So it really messes with if you're trying to do like Paladin shenanigans or anything like that. It really puts the foot in the door and doesn't let you do a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, and I see like Brian's in the chat saying to forget the Frost Sabers at home, take the Bloodthirsty Triumph, because at 1920 you're definitely going to get it for the reroll. The Frost Sabers I think are wholly in here, so it's a 2-drop list because he has 4 troop units.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
But I mean, you need to get objectives. Like, if you're playing ABC with the rest of your army, not a bad idea to have 1 unit to go out on a flank somewhere and stand on circle. Like,
literally anything that is not a tyrant Kragnos is just standing on a circle.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what the list is doing. The lead belchers are not going to charge unless they have to. They might move forward towards the end of the game to help achieve grand strat if they're alive, but they're going to just be annoying. They're going to hang out on the objectives at 4 wounds apiece. It's still 16 wounds. I believe they're a 4-man unit.
Yeah,
and just hold and shoot at you. As long as they don't move, they get 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, from when I played Randy, I mean, usually I can kill enough of them where they have to come off. So I kind of like the Frost Saber inclusion. I like it better than the long line of little grot dudes.
Yeah.
What are they called?
The list doesn't care about objectives. It kills you or it loses. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not wrong. If it doesn't kill you with the tyrants, it does lose. But it has something to stand on it.
Yeah, it kills good.
It kills good. What we have next, as far as ogres goes, the version that I enjoy much better. Well, it's still Meat Fist, so it's still doing the extra, the +1 to the rolls, which is cool. But this is much more spread out. If this is the Andrew I'm thinking of from San Antonio, this is the dude running the all Smurf themed ogre army, which I'm very excited to see on the table.
Yes, I remember this list. Okay.
It's
cool.
gonna be awesome. So he's got a butcher, tenderizer, blood feast. I can't remember what it does. Blood feast is extra +1 to hit, something like that.
It's not the rolls one that you keep rolling. I know that.
No, that's I know what it is when I see it. But the Slaughtermaster knows that because he's Gastro. The command trait lets him know the entire spell lore from the book. That's why he knows Hoarfrost as his spell, so he knows like 7 different spells.
So Blood Feast is +1 attack to a non-monster unit.
+1 attack to a non-monster unit. Okay, that makes sense. If you look at his battle line, he's got gluttons, and 2 units of Iron Guts. Go in the MSU Fat Boys, just throw a bunch of two charges.
Yep.
But he's also got the Tyrant with Brawler Guts to be a Rocket Tyrant, just not as much power. With the Splatter Cleaver, which I believe is a combat relic that gives that effect, that gives him like extra rend or something on his combat. If you guys can't tell, I have very, very good knowledge about one version of this army. But they got an Iron Blaster, which is still a really cool piece of artillery, even though it costs 200 points now. It can shoot from very far away with a really, really high damage gun, or hit you with a bunch of short inch range. Not as strong now as it was, thanks to the point increases and the lookout surge changes, now that they can't just snipe heroes that are next to battle line while they're in their deployment.
So
and then a unit of Nobblers.
Yeah, the Splatter Cleaver lets them heal D3 wounds.
Oh, that's okay. It heals.
Yeah, it's a heal.
See, I told you I have very specific knowledge of like one version of this list.
So if he does damage, you can heal D3 wounds allocated to each friendly ogre unit wholly within 12 inches of the bearer.
So you can spread it out even too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's neat.
That helps keep his stuff. Yes, can't snipe my heroes if you can't see them. That's true. Yeah, power went down. They were very, very strong when the book released because you could they were super cheap. You could drop 4 of them and just say, "Hey, I'm going to take out anything in your army because you can't run away."
Yep. Now
they're still pretty strong damage, but they're what they can target early on in the game is very much not as it's not a skill that's as strong for them anymore because they can't just shoot tiny heroes. And you should still shoot big heroes. I've still had a couple just take down Croak automatically because I can't hide him, but
yeah,
still a good unit. And then Nobblers, they screen. They basically anytime you move, they roll a 4-up and try to do some mortals too.
Yep.
So if you're rolling hot on those 4-ups, they will delete things. But if you're not, then they're just there.
Yeah, Randys are useless. They're totally
Randys
useless.
Are useless.
But like all the 14s and 15s he rolls for charges,
they make up for it.
Get out of here. Just get out of here.
Brian trying to gaslight us like he wasn't the first guy to run 4 Iron Blasters in the state. Come on. And then I like the inclusion. Again, Quicksilver Swords. Cool to see two units of Quicksilver Swords.
Yep.
2 drops, 155 wounds. It is meaty.
Yeah, that is a beefy list.
It is a beefy list.
Yeah, this is a cool list. I like this a lot.
Super list, very much at the table. Assuming this is the Smurf list that people in chat are telling me that it is. It's gonna be awesome. I played Drew at Slambo in November. He's a great guy. It's gonna be cool. Very excited to have you come in.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it. That's awesome.
Next up, we got Randy running his exotic meats from list. We've been talking about him. Now we get to look at the ogre list. Decided, you know what? I've had enough Rocket Tyrants. I'm going to start running something else. So I'm going to go back to what I ran before. Stonehorn. Yep. The Frostlawn Stormhorn with Arcane Tome, Rockmane Elder, still really solid. -1 to wound always, and Arcane Tome lets him helps him get battle tactic.
Yep.
We got a Butcher, who's the general, Gastromancer, like I said before, knows the whole Gutbuster lore, knows Hoarfrost. Solid. Then we got a Firebelly that knows Billowing Ash. I like this. Billowing Ash is a spell that has a 12-inch aura around him of -1 to hit.
Yeah.
As long as you're wholly within 12 inches of him, you're -1 to hit against. Helps protect his stuff early on. And later on if he gets up there. For battle line, we've just got 6 Gluttons and then 4 Iron Guts and 4 Iron Guts. Simple as can be. Then we got the Gorger Moppak. Love the Gorger Moppak. If you can roll your 5-ups, it is the most infuriating thing to have to play against, because every time you do a command point within, I believe it's 12 inches of them, they roll 5-up to see if you just don't do it. And the Deep Strike, which is cool.
Yeah, those models are super cool too.
Yeah.
They definitely need to redo the other ogres so they match, because they're huge. Like, they're so big.
They're huge. They're awesome. They're really, really good models.
Yeah,
Do very much love them. And then he's got 20 Nobblers, which, like we talked about, they do nothing. Those are just there for Randy.
Yeah.
And then he's got an Iron Blaster. 1 Iron Blaster is still a decent snipe piece. All in a 1-drop. Also in Meat Fist, which doesn't benefit the Stonehorn, if I remember correctly. I think you have to be Gutbuster keyword. But still a solid list.
Yeah. 139 ones. Still pretty beefy.
Yep, with one of those being a Frost Lord.
Yeah, which will wreck face and be there for a long time. Yeah.
Just gonna run in there, then do the Monsters Rampage to run, do mortals, then just hit you. Just ew.
Yeah.
Frost Lords are annoying, but one is still manageable.
That's true.
I'm just glad he's not running a ton. But yeah, no, this is a cool list. It's very much kind of a more all-around list, especially more so than what we're used to seeing from Randy, because he mostly does the Rocket Tyrant.
Yeah, no, he has the shooting, he has a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And for those of you that like the narrative, he very much builds it into his list.
My favorite is very Canadian, very sorry. That's great.
Yes. My second favorite thing after that, though, is that Joe never reads the pack, and neither do I. Fat witches to hunt. You're right, Ham. They are fat witches to hunt for your witch hunting list. And if I remember, just like as a side note, if I remember correctly, Mr. Mustache, the Firebelly, he's very Canadian, very sorry, because that's Randy representing Carson Whitlock, who is one of the best ogre players in the world and a good friend of Randy's at this point. Very cool way to represent that in your list.
That is really cool, yeah.
Moving on, more ogres. One more ogre list. Still Meat Fist.
Yep.
We have Brad Hunt, who that name is familiar. I'm pretty sure he's an Austin guy. Might be an Austin guy I haven't met in person.
I'm
and if not, if so, cool for you to come out. Very happy. It's been a lot of downtime at school. I'm in like all the Discord. I can't remember if I read Beard Knobs or Slambo or some other. It's a name I recognize.
Well, I can find out super quick.
Yes, he's been coming on Thursdays. Okay, cool. So then I've seen you around, Brad. I've just never actually introduced myself. I'm gonna have to do that next time I see you around.
Damn it, Eli. Me giving you crap, and I haven't been out in forever.
Look, I gotta practice this Skaven list somehow. You should have seen me you should have seen me a couple weeks.
Yeah.
More Seraphon than it was rats. Not me. Wow. I know. I'm just the biggest dick. Not meeting any new players. All right, this list. We've got Firebelly with Billowing Ash. Cool. Love to see it. We got Frostlord and Stonehorn doing the same thing that Randy was doing. Very nice. Arcane Tome, Rockmane Elder. Like it. Slaughtermaster. Good hero suite. We've seen this Slaughtermaster on 3 lists so far. And then we've got 6 Gluttons, 4 Iron Guts, Iron Blaster, 20 Nobblers, Gorger Moppak. This list looks very familiar now.
Yeah, it does. It totally does.
Now that I see it clearly without all the extra bluff.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not sure there's much I can say then that we haven't already said. It's a good all-around list. Played well, it will do just fine. I hope you. I don't know if this is your first event, Brad, and if it is, I hope you have a lot of fun and win at least one game. Would be really cool.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Glad to have you. It'll be great.
Oh, okay. He was playing Ren. Okay, then I know exactly who this is now that people are pointing him out to me. I know the appearance, but I don't know if I've actually introduced myself in person. I'm gonna have to do that. I like the PS. Joe never reads the pack. Oh yeah, hey, here's an add-on. Joe continues to be. He ain't shit. I hope he's watching.
He's not.
He's not. There's no way.
He's totally playing games right now or something. He's on Lost Ark Robot.
You know what? He probably is.
Yeah.
Damn, did Randy train this guy? Yes. In fact, he probably did. All right, let's move on to the best destruction army here.
Yeah, for sure.
Orc war clans.
Sinto going back.
He's watching Konosuba. Joe is not watching the stream, so he can be a weeb. Damn it, Joe. All right, let's actually talk about orcs. Sinto's running Big Wog, which is, I think, in my opinion, the best orc faction right now, rules-wise. Big Wog just basically gives you a bunch of stuff for doing what orcs want to do. You're going to charge, you're going to attack, you're going to just do things. You're going to get a bunch of buffs that are going to make you better. Stuff like +1 to cast for your wizards, +1 to hit in wound rolls, +1 to charge. Who doesn't like all that stuff?
All good.
The Wog, it doesn't matter that much. But it also helps you get a grand strat to collect Wog points. If you have at least 24, you can do the battle tactic where at the end of the turn you have 30. Note, you don't have to have exactly 24. You could already have 30 and just get your battle tactic.
Yep.
Very nice. We got a Wargog Prophet, which I must salute.
Pour one out.
For pour one out for the inevitable end. He's got glowing tattoos because he's a 4-up ward. He's got Merciless Blizzard, which will never cast because he's got a better Blizzard on his War Scroll.
Yep.
For those of you that are not familiar with the glory, at the start of the hero phase, he can forego casting any spells in that phase and pick a unit within 12 inches and just start rolling dice. On a 3-up, he does D3 mortals to that unit. On a 1 and 2, does D6 to himself, except the first time that he fails. And they can keep trying to make that roll until either you're dead, he's dead, or he chooses to stop.
So for you, Eli, what is the worst that Sterga has ever done to you?
Let's see. I have had a Wargog delete my Slan from full once. I've never had a Wargog delete Croak.
Mine's horrific.
But I have had Faber just delete my Slan before.
So mine,
which is why they're always some of my first. Yeah, this is why they're some of my first targets.
Yeah, I remember playing and I was like, I moved in my Skull Crushers and I'm like, I think I'm at a 12. I think I'm okay. And I didn't measure it because I was just being lazy. He's like, all right, I'm gonna stare at your Skull Crushers, and I'm like, oh shit.
Just like drop that stick down.
Drop the stick down, killed the entire fucking unit. Like they're full up, they're fine, they're all dead. I'm like, holy shit. Like, and he had 2 of them, by the way. Like not just one, he had 2 of them.
Yeah, 2.
It was bad. I was like,
the
shit.
Real Chads run 5.
Yeah.
Then after we got the Wargog Prophet, we got a Swamp Collar Shaman Potcrut. He's the general. That way they have access to the Cruel Boys command trait called Sneak Up, which is at the end of the turn, all Cruel Boys units in the army are within 3 inches of a terrain piece. Very, very good battle tactic, especially in a list where you only have to bring 1 Cruel Boys unit. In this case, he did in fact only bring 1 Cruel Boys unit, just the Shaman.
No, he brought 2.
Usually,
he brought 2. Come on.
He's got Gobstrack. I see him.
Yeah, like who is not in every Big Wild list ever?
I mean, especially in this GHB, since Primal Dice contribute to his ability for Mork says no. Very, very good.
Yeah, he's another really cheap destruction wizard that's just insane for 240 points.
240 for Gobstrack. And he's a lore master too.
Yeah, he's really good.
Which is awesome. So and the Crew Boys list, Crew Boys spell lore, honestly really solid. Delete
Super
ward.
good. Yep.
-1 to -1 to hit, -1 to like charges while also buffing yours.
Hero phase move.
Yep, hero phase move.
Yeah.
For Gobstrack, it's great.
Yeah.
Then we've got a weird knob shaman that knows the great big green hand of Gork, teleport. We got a war chanter with the get him beat for the extra charge and also +1 damage on one of those brute units. We already talked about Gobstrack, he's great. And we got a mega boss with destroyer, so once per game he's going to pop it at the start of combat to get an extra 3 damage per attack on his axe. Mega boss, really cool. He's got 8 attacks. 3s, -1, but it could be 5 damage. 6 if you got the 6 with the right buff on it.
Yep.
Violent Fury. And he has fight on death if he hasn't fought in combat yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
If he dies in combat before he gets to attack, yes, he gets to pile in and fight.
Crazy.
It's honestly really cool. It's one of those where like you saw it a lot during the Galatian Champions GHP.
Yeah.
Because he was a Galatian champ and you could teleport him and then Mighty Destroyers him forward because you can still like Mighty Destroyers and move the guy forward in this list because you have access to that in Big Wog. But like being able to teleport him and then Mighty Destroyers him up, which technically we can still do in this list because we have Hand of Gork. If you Hand of Gork that Mega Boss, he's going to away. He's going to move up 4 inches and then have an 8-inch charge, hopefully on a reroll. It's cool. Yeah. For battle line, we've got 5 brutes, 10 brutes, 10 brutes. Because he's a man. 25 brutes. And then he's got a big pig.
He does got the big pig.
He does have the big pig. He's got a Maw-Grunta with the Hackin' crew. This is the middle tier option. It's not the hero, but it is a monster with the actual like dudes on the side instead of just the one rider on the pig. Super, super dope. And then we have 6 brute ragers. Love these guys. Ragers those are the new ones. It's a reinforced unit. 3s. Those dudes, if they get into something, they slap. They're made out of paper, but man, are they gonna hurt. Yeah. And then he's going for all the drops because he's got a bunch of tech. Wizard Finders of Andor. Those 10 brute units will hurt wizards while also having a 5-up ward. Very nice. Or not 5-up ward, 5-up spell ignore. And then the Andorian Acolytes with all those wizards that he's got. So he's got the extra primal dice. This is really cool. Love what Sinto's doing with this list. And again, man, for running 25 brutes and a big pig.
Yeah, did he run cities at the last event?
He did run cities at the last event because he grudged Joe and that.
Yeah, I played him in that event. He said he was having a hard time with cities.
Was he? Yeah, it's a hard army to play, so I can't play him.
Yeah, he had a lot of Wilder. His army was really cool. He had a lot of Wilder Corp. He had a bunch of those. They were really cool.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, Brian coming in and said run and charge on the brute ragers is the huge part, especially once they have +1 to run.
Yeah, that'll get them there.
Those dudes consistently trade above.
Yeah, as Joe would say, that's the sauce.
It is the sauce. It's a really cool list. Really like what you're going for, Sinto. A lot of tech. Really solid stuff. It's a little slow in the battle line, but you have ways to, and it's not a problem.
Yeah, really love the whack guys too. They're great.
Yeah, I've never had a bad game against a whack. Every one of those games has always been fun.
Yeah, they're great.
You know who's also fun? Roll to Wound, which is our next big wog list. Devin's bringing out the big wog, I assume, from last. I wanted to see the rats. I'm sad it wasn't the rats. He's got this really cool beach rat aesthetic on his Skaven.
Oh, really?
So he decided to bring the Synthwave Orc instead. Devin has lots of cool painting schemes that he does really well.
Yeah, I have not seen that. I've definitely seen the synthwave orcs. I've not seen the beach rats. That's pretty cool.
He brought some of them for paint masters at Lone Star, but
okay.
Then maybe that army's just not ready yet. To break down his list, he's got a shaman with Hand of Gork. He looks like he took a warlord battalion for the extra spell, so he also knows Blizzard. Wargog Prophet, again with the glowing tattoos, knows Horfrost and Blizzard. Lots of Blizzard. We have Gobsprek, who's the general, specifically just for the tactic. We have a War Chanter with Fix and Beat and a War Chanter with Get 'em Beat. Simple enough. You know what's great about +1 damage? Having it on 2 units.
Yep.
We got 5 brutes, and Ard Boys 200, so 10 Ard Boys. Ard Boys are great now as a screen because they take up a lot of space. It's got the stickers, so if they get charged, they get the extra buff. I believe it is to rend. It's either rend or to hit. Can't remember.
Is it the Ard Boys that don't let 1 wound models contest?
No, that's brutes.
That's
brutes don't let 1 wound models contest.
Okay.
It is buffed to rend. Thank you, Gabo. Love to see it. And then a 3-man unit of brute ragers still trade, but they die pretty fast. So he's got to get them in where they need to go really quickly. Otherwise, if they get looked at, they kind of get whiffed. And then the meat of the list, the 2 units of 6 pigs.
Yep.
Which is where you're going to see the Violent Fury go on, at least on, go in, charge, wait for the rest of the army to get caught up.
Yep. Porcine power.
Super good. Takes the buffs really well. Has a little bit of the speed that that Cintos list does not have, where he went focused on meat for the bodies. Very cool. I've played Devin a few times. He knows the big wog list really well. Gets some rolls right this way, and he'll see him go far.
Yeah, super cool list. Super cool paint scheme. Yeah, really excited to see him come out. That'll be great.
I'm really excited for the next one, though.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's our very own Brian Faber.
Bully boy himself.
Who just subscribed with Prime. Dirty Gabo, thank you. We appreciate you very much so.
You know what Bully Boy says, Eli?
Bully Boy says, Joe never reads the pack.
Whoa!
Whoa! Look at that. Subbed right when we got this. Very nice, very nice. To break down his list, because it's another big wog list, he's got Gobsprek again. He's got Weird Enough Shaman, except the Shaman is the general this time around. And he knows Shaman of the Chill Land, so he knows all 3 frost spells. That way he also knows Great Brig Hand of Gork. 2 war chances with the same beats. Another Wargog Prophet with glowing tattoos and frost. Battle line, 5 brutes, 10 Ard Boys, 6 pigs, 2 big pigs.
Nice.
And Ravenax Gnashing Jaws. I love it. Big pigs with Violent Fury will hurt somebody. 6 pigs with Violent Fury, we all know will hurt somebody. He's got a lot of weird tech. I love it. It's just cool.
Very cool.
Goes with the high drop.
I mean,
I like the spin on it.
It's like a Destro thing, right? Like, does any destruction list want low drops?
Honestly, they don't care. We're past the days. We're past the days of like the 1-drop, 2-drop Iron Jaws lists trying to give the turn away and win on the double 1-2.
Yeah.
These days, Big Wog just wants as many tools as possible. Ogres may want the 1-drop or low drops, depending on what kind of build you have. But this is a neat list. This is very much a Brian-centered list where he's going to take an archetype and then just like twist like 25% of it to make it.
And Brian with that Wargog.
He's gonna hurt some people.
Yeah.
He does roll his Wargog really well.
Yeah. Super cool list. Yeah.
I like ever salty coming in. Brian saying shit. No, give us more stuff. More stuff is good stuff. Sadly, we have to move away from the big wall.
Yeah,
but that's because we have to go pour one out.
Oh God, this is a big pour out.
This is a massive pour out. Not only because we're losing this army in all of like 4 months losing, since it's still going to get rules for a year.
Yeah.
But also because he's bringing back a list we have not seen in some time, at least a list archetype for Bone Splitters in the Ultra Big Stabber list. Ice Bone, which means 6s to wound, I believe, are mortals. 6 to wound rolls on all attacks. Then it's Bone Splitters, so they get the tireless trackers. They get to move half their army forward during deployment. It's either half or it's 5 minutes. I can't remember what it switched or not.
I haven't seen them in so long. It's been a hot minute.
It's been so long since I've seen a pure Bone Splitters list, and I respect Monty so much for bringing it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It is half the army. Yes, that's what I thought. All them big stabbers, then moving forward. On a 2-drop list, dictate priority and get to move half your army.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm in favor. We've got the War Dog, which is the little hero for Bone Splitters, so it's an Andorian Locust that knows Blizzard. We got the Savage Big Boss, that's the general, knows Great Hunter. I don't remember what that is. It's relevant to what the list is trying to do. We got another Wargog Prophet. We got a second Wardog that knows Blizzard. Why didn't you just go for the second Wargog Prophet? And another Savage Big Boss. See, that Savage Big Boss Wardog could have been another Wargog Prophet. You even have the 10 points. This list is great. We were this close to brilliant. And then we have, to fill out our battle line, 2 units of reinforced Savage Orcs and a unit of regular Savage Orcs, and then 7 big stabby units.
Crazy.
For those of you that don't know what big stabbers do, they get into monsters, they do a bunch of damage to monsters, and then they die, and they throw their spear on death. And on a 4-up, they do D3 mortal wounds, unless you're a monster, in which case it is 2-up. I'm sure the plan is great. I'm just saying you could have had 2 Wargog Prophets. The plan could have been greater.
Yeah, not an army we see a lot. I'm gonna be really sad to see this army go. Like this was.
Oh, I am gonna be sad.
It was, yeah.
I love the naked dwarves, or not naked dwarves, naked orcs. I also like the naked dwarves, but rumor has it they're gonna be real good in 4th edition.
No.
Oh, Great Hunter is the pregame move trait that ups it to 8 inches.
Wow. Okay.
Really solid.
Yeah. Super solid.
Yeah. And the glowing tattoos on the Wargog Prophet to give it the. We know we've been here.
Yeah. This looks fun.
I just like naked people in general. Who doesn't? Who among us?
Yeah, this looks really fun.
It's there are very few people who I think are going to have as much fun as Monty's going to have this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a great list.
It's awesome.
Send them boys out with a bang for sure.
For real, man.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got a name I haven't heard in a long time. This is our friend. For those of you that have been in the Austin community or the Texas in general, you might know him. His name is Brian Harrington. He's a phenomenal painter, player, one-time Lizard bro, big Iron Jaws bro. He's hasn't played a lot of 3rd edition, but he's coming out for one big bang to end it.
So he hasn't played any 3rd edition.
He's played literally 0 3rd edition.
This is his first. Yeah, this is his first. This is his first time playing 3rd edition. I'm like,
he will likely he will not get a game in before Saturday.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
I'm so happy that Brian's coming out. Brian is a great guy. A lot of people in the Austin community probably don't know Brian because he hasn't been around.
Yeah. Anyone who joined up during 3rd honestly, anyone who joined the community during COVID probably doesn't really know him.
Yeah. A phenomenal player. Great guy.
Seriously. He's wonderful. It's going to be fantastic to have him back. He's running a chop as all the foot boys. He's got a foot mega boss. He's got a war chanter with fix and beat, another war chanter with get and beat, which is great because each of those can spread their violent fury on 3 units instead of just 1. He's got a cabbage that knows mega bossy. It has mega bossy, which means once it can issue mighty destroyers after someone else does.
Yeah.
So you can get a bunch of Mighty Destroyers. He's got Destroyer for the extra damage on that attack. And he's got Fasten, so he can move per game.
Yep.
And he's got a Shaman with the Teleport. Super solid. 10 brutes, 5 brutes, 5 brutes, 3 pigs, 3 pigs, 3 pigs. 2 drops. This list is exactly what it looks like on the board.
Yep.
He's just going to run a bunch of MSU orcs. Try again to you. Try to kill you in combat. See how it shakes out. Brian is very much here to have fun, and I'm very much here for him to have fun.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm so glad he's coming out.
Yep. He even read the pack. Because he probably doesn't know who Joe is, but he said Joe doesn't read.
He might have had a little help with this list. I'll just say that. I might have helped him out a little bit. He's an old friend. Yeah, he's an old friend. I had to. Couldn't not help him out.
We go from one old friend to another.
Yeah.
The Austin Iron Jaws master himself, Mr. Marco Hernandez, also running Jachapas. He's just running more foot boys.
Yep.
He's got an orc. We're now shaman as well. No shaman that has shaman lands. No orc. That's going to be a very flexible wizard. Got a mega boss on foot with Destroyer. 2 war chanters. 20 Ard boys. However, those Ard boys do not have a weapon on them. We do need that weapon. I don't know if they're spears or not, but like. And then we have 10 brutes that are going to go and slap. We've got 3 ragers that also take all the extra buffs as well. And then we got 2 big pigs.
Nice.
Yeah. I love it. This list is just spread out threats. It's not condensed pig threats. It's just going to be put Violent Fury on everything and run forward. And
he's running the double triumph, too.
He is running the double triumph because he's at 1950 points.
Yeah. 167.
Except he didn't put, except another thing that Marco forgot to put his second triumph.
Well, it says triumphs inspired. So I'm okay. I'm okay. That I'm okay with.
He's got it. He's got it. I'm just blind.
Yeah, he's just like, should I write inspired again, or should I just put a fucking S?
Should I put an S? Look, he went for the elegant option, which I would not have.
Yeah. Pretty smart.
Respect. I love it. This is going to be really cool. Marco knows Iron Jaws in and out probably better than anybody I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's literally a toss-up between whether him or Scooter this army. Probably in damn near the country. If I had to put.
Yep.
It's very cool.
Another great guy. Love seeing him come out. He hasn't been out too much lately.
No, he pretty much only comes out for GTs at this point.
Yeah.
Still gonna be good to see him.
Yeah, be great.
Hold. Can you hear me, Jeff?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. My headphones were saying things, and I wasn't sure if it's disconnecting or not.
Yeah, you're here.
All right, cool. Moving on to the most narrative of armies, the Cruel Boys.
Let me talk for a bit because actually, no.
You want to go through this?
Yeah.
Go do it.
This I know. So we got Brian Lofton, the Ever Salty. We're in the Cruel Boys, Grinning Blades. He's doing the whole John Cena, you can't see me, which is nice. Ground Strat is running the wall. General battle line, holding any deployments into the game. He's got Gobsprack.
Anything else?
Yep. He's got Gobsprack. Why don't you take Gobsprack? He's got the Swamp Collar with Blizzard, the Swamp Collar with Hoarfrost, Snatch a Boss with Super Sneaky, which will give him the Hero Face move once a game.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to rub that little Pebble and get the 5-up ward against shooting. Also got Smellian, so if he does not charge, he's -1 to hit.
Yep.
He's got the Killaboss with the Stab Grot, and he took the Scare Shield, which will give him the 3-up save, which is good. And then Battle Line. He's not shooting, Eli. He's got 20 Rippers, 10 Rippers, 10 Rippers.
Who wants to shoot when you can have 40 Gut Rippers?
Yeah. And then the cool tech here, he's got the 4x Dagot Stab Lads, which are a paltry 70 points.
Measly.
which is crazy because they do within 3 inches -1 to attacks on enemies on a 4-up, and then they gain Finken tokens. You know what a Finken token is?
Is it for thinking and doing things?
It's for Finken, yeah. Like
For
so,
thinking.
if you issue a command within 18 inches, I get a Finken token.
You thinking token?
Yeah, and a Finken token is essentially you could just issue a command, and you could get a max of 6 Finken tokens. I don't know if those 4 dudes are going to be around to use those very often, but hey, it's kind of cool. It's a free command.
Yeah.
And then
Free commands are good commands.
Yeah, and then we got the monster killers. I love these dudes. I got 2 boxes of these too. So they deny monstrous actions on a 2-up from the Clutcher Grot.
Yep.
Unless he gets eaten on a 1. He gets eaten, they lose that. It's pretty cool. And then the other cool thing is they can pick a monster within 6 inches on a 3-up. Strikes last.
Mm-hmm.
And if the monster's wounded, it's on a 2-up. So you roll it in there with Archeon, who has a wound on him. It's like 2-up, bitch. You're fighting last.
Duh, suck it.
Yeah. Then we got
Who wins? Who wins? Yeah. The ever chosen himself. Bunch of fighty lad.
Yeah,
this is great. And then high drops.
Yeah, and then you got the Endori Acolytes, Battle Reg, and Wizard Finders.
This is the narrative.
Yeah,
as Brian likes to call it.
The thing that sucks, when I was going back to Crowboys, I was like, I wanted to go back to Crowboys, and I'm like, I can't improve on Brian's list. and I just didn't want to do the, you know me, I don't want to do the copy pasta.
This is Brian's 5th GT in a row with Crowboys.
Yeah.
This is what he's been running all season long. Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
But if someone's going to know this army, it's Brian.
Yeah. This list is
Vince having one of my favorite comments. The monster killers have a monkey. That's pretty neat. And the rest of the list is trash.
Nice.
Yeah, but what are you going to do when it's like 200 trash?
I got a question, though. Like, could Brian play not drunk?
He can for all of 30 minutes of one game. And then the rest of it's gone.
Yeah. Is that enough time, though? That's the question.
Yeah, history shows, yes.
All right.
Honestly, Brian might be one of the rare breed that plays better drunk than he does sober. I've seen it happen. Moving on. We have Lewis, our local young gun, who's also running Cruel Boys.
Also John Cena.
Also John Cena.
Yep.
He's got Gostrek. He's got a Killaboss on Great Gnash Tooth, which is a great pick.
Yep.
The guy that stops Battle Shock. He's got the Snatcher Boss as well with Ego Maniac and Mork's Eye Pebble. So he's got the 3-up Shrug as well as the ability to do the 5-up ward once per game against shooting. And then Fasted to get that beast where he needs to go, where he wants it to go. Then he's got 2 Swamp Color Shamans, Hoarfrost, Blizzard, and a Stab Grot Foot Killaboss. Basically got double insurance on these Gut Ripplers, not going nowhere.
Not going anywhere. Yep.
Not going anywhere. Which is good because he's got 30 of them. As well as a Hobgrot unit that's going to run and be annoying and throw stuff. And then he's got 2 units of Bolt Boys. Both reinforced.
Yep.
He decided, I'm going to build this wall. And then I'm going to shoot you from the wall. And then you can't see me.
Yeah. Well, that, and then he's gonna pull that lever and be like, give me all those mortal wounds. Please.
Give me. Roll that slot machine. He loves the slot machine. He can't let go of the Bolt Boys. He's got them in the Wizard Finders too to help them protect them from the spells. Super cool. And he's got a great triumph for Indomitable because he really is saying no battle shocks.
Yep.
And he's got a 70-point bid. So even more importantly, he might just deny yours.
Yeah.
It's a super solid list. Lewis has had help from the club. He's ready to come out. This is going to be his second ever GT. Last time was Smash with last year. He's looking to win 2 games this time instead of 1.
Yeah, the only thing I would change is I would do the shield on the Killaboss. I'd rather the 3-up war or the 3-up save.
Yeah,
Opposed to damage, because you want that guy alive.
I think I agree.
But other than that, it's really solid. Egomaniac's a good pick, because Egomaniac basically is that Sludge Raker is not going to die.
The only thing is that Egomaniac is last major rules errata because it does count as a ward now, so ward removal shenanigans do stop Egomaniac.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, shrugs count, bodyguards count as wards. Egomaniac is a bodyguard.
Crazy.
So be aware of that, Lewis. No ward shenanigans, not good for that Sludge Raker. Yeah, wish I had that at LVO.
Yeah. He's not happy about that. But hey, you only got to worry about there's no corn. You're good there.
There's no corn. That's true.
Yeah, you got to worry about that Nurgle Demon Prince that we saw earlier.
Yes, and maybe the occasional stars here.
Yeah, but I mean,
just avoid them.
Yeah, realistically, like the Snatch boss kills whatever it's in combat with. It doesn't care.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one thing when I played Joe, and I'm like, hey man, I don't have Scarbrand, so you don't got to worry about all the mortal wounds. And then I do 24 mortal wounds with the Sludge Raker.
On the first profile. You didn't even roll the rest. That was the first profile.
Yeah, that was bad. That poor Doc bathtub.
He's like, what? It's still great. It's still great. Hard moments to find that are better than just catching Joe off guard.
Tons of mortal wounds,
yeah. Moving on to our next Cruel Boys list, we've got Ross. Again, playing a little John Cena.
Yep.
But you taking the Grand Strat Crump 'em all. Do you know what this is? Because I've never heard.
Kill all the battle log? You have to have Gobsprak. It's a Gobsprak or Kragnos one. You have to have either of those models. Let's see. I'll look it up. You go through it.
Okay. To go on, we've got another Snatch of Ball's Red Beast with the super sneaky. We got Mork's Eye Pebble and Fasten. Another move in the hero phase.
There's less than 3 enemy units on the battlefield. So
less than 3. So basically, you want to try to table them. Simple as. He's got not 1, not 2, but 3 Swamp Color Shamans with Pot Grotz. All know a different spell. One knows Blizzard, one knows Choking Mist, and one knows Sneaky Miasma, because that debuffy spell lore is good. The only thing he's missing is Nasty Hex. But hey, wait, he's got Gobsprak. So he in fact does have Nasty Hex.
And Black Pit, which is
really Black Pit.
Yeah, Black Pit's pretty
good. Super good. A hero suite that is bent on playing in the hero phase and good 2. For the battle line, we got simple. We got 2x10 Gut Rippers and a unit of Hobgrot Slitters. And then the rest of the tech that's in the list.
Holy shit.
18 Bolt Boys and a unit of Stab Lads.
Wow.
We thought Lewis wanted to shoot you from behind the walls. Ross really wants to shoot you from behind the walls.
Yeah. I do like Super Sneaky in this one.
Yes.
Because this needs a screen somewhere. This needs some kind of like deep screen. So being able to like just pick up a unit and throw it 9 inches away is really good.
Yep. And then he can catch up to it really quickly with the Sludge Raker, which is neat.
Man, the amount of super damage, or crazy damage that these things are gonna do, like they're gonna all be like huddled around that Snatcher boss.
Yep.
And just gunning people down like horrifically. Like,
yeah, that's what it wants to do. It's going to hold on to an objective and just gun you down.
Yeah, I think this is kind of similar to your list where it's super castle and it has you don't have as much problems with mobility. This has a little bit of a mobility problem, but super sneaky definitely helps there for sure.
Yep, that's you're definitely. I think you're on the right track. That's why you take super sneaky to help with that mobility and kind of get on the objective problem. But it's definitely like a castle list. Once this moves into place, it doesn't want to move again.
Yeah.
Are those points right? I'm not sure. Are they? They look right to me. Yeah, he just didn't put the 240. This is like straight copy pasted out of the app. That's why. With that, though, we are done with our orcs.
Yep.
We have to move from the best destruction army to the worst destruction army. God, these guys just can't decide to play another army. They can't make it work.
I don't know. This one's cool though. I like this one.
I guess it's still Gargants.
I know, but it's different. Like,
it's not that different. We've seen this.
I know we have, but it's just more than 3 big bros. Like they brought their little friends.
It's because instead of the 4th bro, they brought the regiment. That's really good and gives them tactic.
Yeah,
this is fair. This is, if you haven't figured it out yet, you haven't paid attention to the screen. We're talking about the Sons of Behemoth, Gargan army. They're the big boy army. They basically can win games without engaging with you. Although I don't think not engaging is Jeremiah's plan because he did bring 3 gate breakers.
Yeah, he definitely
he brought 3 gate breakers. He's in Breaker Tribe, obviously, because he's got gate breaker. He's doing idiots with flags, which for his fierce loathing, which means I think he hit against heroes and monsters. Make the land trembles his grand strat. So a unit in his army, it can be someone from the regiment, has to run or charge every round, at least one. He's got the monstrously tough command tree on his gatebreaker, so it's instead of 35. He's got Amulet of Destiny, so it's a ward. The second gatebreaker has the glowy shield of protectedness, which you can guess it is another 6-up ward. And then a third gatebreaker, just nice and clean. And then the real sauce of the list is the Braggart's Bottle Snatchers Regiment of Renown that comes with Rabble Rouser that can deep strike as a part of being in the regiment, which is good because it wants to pop up on the corner. That way all his gatebreakers can run and charge as long as they move closer to the Braggart. Then we've got 10 Squig Hoppers, 12 Squig Herd, 5 Gobblepalooza. They come with the regiment. They're kind of just there. The Gobblepalooza help you do magical dominance and unbind spells and stuff. They add the buffs to the Squig Herd, but they're not like as much of the sauce of the list.
Yeah. Well, they're there for the cheeky Mystic Shield.
Yes. They help, like I said, they help fight tactics. The everything in that other section you see on the list, guys, pretty much isn't going to engage with the game that much.
Yeah.
They're gonna run in a corner and get a tactic or hold an objective down. The point of the list is that 3 gatebreakers are going to be running into the opponent's army.
Yeah.
Running and charging. It's a list.
It's
good. Let's move on. Maybe we'll see. Oh God, someone is bringing it. Kenneth King. I can't blame you for bringing it. It is really fun if you're a player. You're bringing King Broad Stomp using Overshadow as your grand strat because you can't make the land tremble. So he's just going to try to kill all the battle line while a unit alive because all of his are battle line.
Yep.
Going nice and simple. You got King Broad. Gatebreaker, War Stomper. You got a Gatebreaker General, which is with the Big Eater command trait. Now, I've played Broad Stomp a lot against, but no one tells me what the names of things are. They just tell me what their abilities are, so I don't know what Big Eater is.
Yeah, that's something that I think you heal D3 if you kill a model.
Probably. That sounds about right.
I mean, yeah,
that sounds like an ability. That sounds like the ability that they have.
Yeah.
But he took the Amulet of Destiny for the 6-up Gatebreaker. Or 6-up ward.
Yep.
And then the other Gatebreaker has the Nullstone ornament, the hand-carved Nullstone icon. So the one that you typically take, where they have an unbind until they fail to unbind. King Broad Stomp is basically just used because and you get rid of terrain on the table. For those of you who don't know what Broad Stomp does, it at the start of the shooting phase, a Mega Gargant that's within an inch of terrain on a 2-up can remove that terrain and then use it as an 18 shooting attack.
That does a shit ton of damage.
It can do a shit ton of damage.
And it's like, I'm going to all-out attack and throw this building at you and these rocks.
Yeah. It is considered a shooting attack. So Gatebreaker does it, they all-out attack, and hit on both the throw terrain and on their regular attack for +1 to hit. It's a really efficient use of all that attack. If you don't roll that 2-up, you're pretty sad. But I, as the lizard player with weak fragile heroes, am very happy. I don't like 15 damage splatting my stars here. Even the chat's not a fan of King Broad Stomp.
Well, it's like the one thing you can possibly do against them, because like the shooting's decent, and you're trying to like hide your little heroes, and they're just like, "Oh, is that you under those trees? Here,
Look,
have this instead."
I played Chris Long round 5 at Slambo, and he was running it, and he ran a game up, removed my pyramid, and threw it at my slam.
Yeah.
Which I can laugh at now, but at the moment time, I twitch so mad.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's very fun.
Yep.
This
solid
is
list. It's won many events.
It's a good Guardian list. Guardians are on the rise right now. They've seen a bunch of 5-0 appearances. They do really well.
Yep.
Moving on to our next Guardian list, we have King Broadstomp again with Overshadow. This one has a triumph. It's Bloodthirsty. Oh, the other one had one too. It's Inspired. But this one had Bloodthirsty. You roll the charge.
Oh, this one has a bunch of babies. This one's cool.
This one does have a bunch of babies. It's very, very fun. Babies, again, gotten really cheap. They're now 130 for solo. Very nice. So it's got Broad, War Stomper, and a Gatebreaker. And instead of another Gatebreaker or another big boy, they just took 4 Man Crushers. Super solid. They do they do battle tactics well. A bunch of Man Crushers helps get you surround and destroy because they just spread out and they hold objectives without having to do too much in the list. We got the Lucky Shining Hat on the Gatebreaker this time, though, which is, I believe, the 5-up ward against Spell Mortal Wounds.
I'm surprised we don't know this more, because it's like they have like 4 things.
They have like 4 things, but again, when you play someone who plays Broad Stomp, they don't tell you what the names of shit are. They just tell you what it does.
It's 5-up against Mortal Wounds.
Yeah. Okay. It is the 5-up against Mortal Wounds.
Mortal Wounds. Yeah, not just spells.
Cool. Not too much different to say about this. The big tech of the list that we haven't seen before is the fact that it has the Man Crushers to talk about to do the battle tactics, like I was talking about before.
Yeah, they
Otherwise,
hit hard.
it's just
they hit hard. They die pretty easy, but they do hit hard.
Would be a shame if someone took off the hat. Well, it ain't shiny, or it ain't lucky or shiny. Next up, we have Joseph Alberta running yet another Broad Stomp. It's the same as 2 lists ago.
Yes.
Almost exactly the same.
We got Broad.
Broad, 2 Gatebreakers, and a War Stomper.
Yep. We got the shiny hat. We got the hand cards Nullstone icon. Yeah.
Oh. I'm seeing in the chat, it's Loke's first GT, the guy who's running the... That's awesome!
Oh,
we're happy to have you. Don't let our disdain for Gargants discourage you at all. We're happy to have you out.
Yeah.
You have a lot.
Yeah, we're not playing. We have no disdain right now. Yeah, great. We're happy you picked us for your first GT. It'll be a blast. Glad you're coming out.
It'll be cool.
Yeah, so Joe's list basically the same as 2 lists ago, essentially.
Just with the 5-up ward instead of the 5-up ward against mortals instead of the 6-up ward.
Whoa! You know what, Joe? Hold on.
What? Huh?
Not only does Joe not read the pack, apparently he doesn't read the app either.
He doesn't read the app.
Oh, Joe.
Poor Joe. Next up, we're going to see a list that just says Joe can't read.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Next up, we've got Marcus coming down from Dallas. Very happy to see him. Bringing his Gargants. Now, his Gargant army, I am very happy to see on the table. His Gargant army is very cool.
Dude, he has gotten, like, since I've known him, like, his painting has, like, gotten so much better. Like, insanely better. Like, Not that he always wasn't a good painter, but damn, like he brought this list up to when me and Joe went to Vault Wars.
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit! Like I was shocked. Like Army's gorgeous. He must be hanging around it a lot. The Army is really nice. I'm really happy he's coming out.
Very nice. For those of you that haven't seen it, he has a Gargant for every Death Army.
Yeah,
it's themed for each of the individual ones. His OBR Gargant, in fact, won the best like overall painted model at Warzone in September, which was really cool. It's just a gorgeous looking army on the table.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
As far as the rules go, it's pretty much the same as everywhere else. It's broad, 2 Gatebreakers, and a War Stomper.
Yep.
I'm so happy. So happy to see so many Gargants.
You're not playing though, so it's okay. It's all right.
You're right. I'm not playing. I almost took that last. Was not going to work out. when you said someone dropped and there was one last ticket, I talked to Miranda and I was just like, and she's like, it's not going to happen. I was like, oh. She's like, you need to babysit dogs. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, we still have that ticket, by the way. So if anybody knows anybody, it is available on our website.
Look, Chance, if I could play round 3, you bet your ass I'd be bringing rats to this tournament. But alas, I cannot.
Technically, we don't have a ringer for Saturday, Eli.
I can play.
Okay,
I can play.
We have
a ringer. Proxy some stuff. I may have to proxy some stuff on such short notice, but that's okay.
That's fine.
I'm the ringer army. It's fine.
We do have. Yeah, we have. Rowan's gonna ringer on Sunday. But yeah, you can ringer Saturday.
That's gonna be fun. All right, cool.
All right, and our last list tonight. Yeah,
back to Chris.
Yep, this is it. This is the last one.
It's the last one. Again, it's King Broad Stomp.
Yep.
He has been playing Gargant basically all of 3rd edition.
Yep.
And he decided, why not round down probably last? Because I don't remember if he's going to Dallas.
Sure.
Again. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Not funny. Figure out.
Is it commercial break time?
He's like, you don't think last time?
Is that how we're gonna fix this?
I don't know. We'll see. Are we still botting,
guys? Help!
It's the last list,
right? It happened to had to happen on the last list of the night.
Yeah.
One more list and the stream breaks. Oh, you can hear us fine now. Hell yeah!
All right, cool. All right.
So before we bot again,
as you were saying, another Broad Stomp.
It is another
King Broad. But we got the Beast Smasher.
Yes.
I haven't seen this tech. What is this?
Yes, it's very fun. It's anti-monster tech. The Beast Smasher gets 2 monstrous rampages against. In general, is also just very killy, and he's a wizard. Which is interesting. I'm used to seeing Chris take the Nullstone icon. Most of the time with Gargants nowadays, you don't want to take Arcane Tome because because you're usually taking Arcane Tome to do magical dominance. But with the Nullstone with the new battle tactic that came out a couple updates ago, you just take the icon and you have your free tactic anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because it's just Gargant with icon, move on to objective.
Yeah. Score point. So props to Chris for turning the page in his battle tome and finding out that there was another War Scroll.
There's a 5th War Scroll in that, in fact.
Yeah.
But functionally, it's the same as the other Broad Stomp lists.
Yep.
It's just got a little extra tech against monsters.
Yeah, it will pick up terrain. It will throw them at you. Which ones do the 46 mortal wounds?
The Gatebreakers do. The Gatebreakers can. If you debuff the hell out of a Gatebreaker, it does not stop them. They just go, all right, I'll just gamble.
Yeah.
Either I don't do damage like I was going to do before, or suplex. Brian making the point that that I implied earlier. It is set up for the mirror. There's a lot of Gargants at this. The Beast Smasher is really solid into the mirror.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 Gargant players.
Yes, RoboSwope. In fact, there is 3 pages of War Scrolls.
How they made a normal sized book and charge the same price for that, I'll just never know.
That book is so thin.
No, it's crazy.
That book is so thin. I love it. Chris came into the chat and he goes, I don't remember that that's a tactic, so why try to have it's fair. It's not a useful option to you if you don't remember.
And I think there's 5 gets, Chance.
There are 5 gets.
Yeah.
There are 5 gets, 3 trogs and 2 squigs.
Yeah.
But still, more Gargants, more gets than there are Stormcasts. What is this?
Yeah, no Corn, which is crazy. No KO. No KO.
No KO.
No IDK.
No Zinch.
No Zinch. We haven't seen Zinch. Zinch is not like a popular Texas.
It's not.
Yeah. No Beast of Chaos, of course.
No Beast. The also pour one out.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. They didn't have to do that army so dirty.
Yeah, that was. Especially after they released that awesome warband.
Yeah.
For Underworlds, I got that warband. I'm like, man, these are really cool. And they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna. Remember that special character Beastman we did? Sorry, we're done. Just crazy.
Just rip. And they had a great book too. That book was awesome.
I feel really bad
for the last year and a half. I do too. But hopefully she can find her footing in 4th edition.
Yeah.
As hopefully we so all. And like I said, rumor has it, if you're a Naked Dwarf player, you're going to be eating good to start.
Don't tell me that.
That's what here. I had to mention it with you on the stream.
Yeah.
Supposedly the Naked Dwarfs are going to be really solid.
Can we hear cooler rumors? How are the Blood Maniac dudes or
haven't heard shit. That's the only rumor I've heard for a specific army.
Sad.
Meanwhile, I'm going to paint up Warlock Giselles in the hopes that War Scroll is solid because I like the new hero and I want to run him. So,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but
come on, you get the big peeker scope. Who doesn't like that?
The new models are dope.
The new models are very cool.
Yeah.
Here's hoping we get more soon. There are Rat Ogres and Giselles and other shit that I want to see. Other cool Stormcasts. The models are always some of the coolest things they reveal.
Yeah. All right, man. I think we're done.
We are totally done. That last page is a blank page, so we are set to go.
Sweet. I think we went longer than Matt and Joe. I don't know how that happened.
Did we?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's pretty weird. Matt is the most long-winded of us all.
Yeah. He is.
Followed by me.
Yeah. I'm just I don't know any of this shit does. But come forth. I will figure out the system and I will learn the shit. But yeah. For now,
well, guys,
maybe I'll play Dallas, we'll see.
I mean, I'm gonna say yes, but it's still 8 games, it's still a slog.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of games.
It's a lot. That's why I said, fuck it. I'm gonna just play an army that I haven't brought to. We're just gonna have fun.
Are you doing Spearhead too?
I will also be doing the Spearhead. I think at minimum, if you have a chance to go up, this is to anybody, going up to play the Spearhead event, if there are tickets available, or at least going up to go play a 4th edition demo event, is going to be worth your while. It's going to be very fun. If 8 games is too long for you, or you don't have the ability to go the whole weekend, they are doing 4 days worth of demos, so it's going to be a blast. I think for for me personally, it's the biggest GT I've ever gone to.
Yeah.
Of the edition, just go and have fun. Why not, right? Play that list you never got a chance to play.
Yeah, come and watch me get the the fucking Fire Slayer spearhead and lose my mind.
It's okay. You're gonna get Fire Slayers, and I'm gonna get Beasts of Chaos. Time.
All right, I think we're done. You want to take us out of here?
For anybody who followed during the stream, and for the few of you that subbed during the stream, we super appreciate it. If you like what we're doing and you want to see more of it, you can go ahead and follow or subscribe to us here. Follow us at The Weirdcast on Twitter. You'll see Joe usually misspell a bunch of stuff, and then Jeff actually do things right. We love to see it. You can follow us on YouTube or subscribe to us on YouTube. Check that out, youtube.com/TheWeirdcast. It's very fun. Thank you, Aventine, for following us. We love you. We hope to see you this weekend. Sorry for those of you that were hoping we were going to stream. Not going to happen. We decided to have extra players instead.
Yeah, we will have the VODs up tomorrow too. That way. No, adless VODs, so you don't have to worry about the VODs. And then we'll cut out I'm assuming we'll cut out all the audio issues from yesterday.
Well, at least we're going to try.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to come around this weekend and you're not playing, please buy. We're at Dragon's Lair. It's going to be awesome. Come down, support the local game store. It's going to be a blast. I've been Eli. That's been Jeff. We're The Weirdcast. This has been a lot of fun. Peace out and good night.
Take care, guys.